broken system, chained and tangled up in lies. Voices shouting, screaming in defeat. Politicians playing games under darkened skies. Hope lost in the dust of the street. Red and blue, colors pouring from the sky. Debates turn to anger, oh, the crowd gets loud. Punches flying in the blink of an eye. Truth buried deep beneath the shroud. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Faces on the screen, flashing perfect teeth. But behind those eyes, just rotting greed. Politicians turn to whispers beneath. They all just get what they need. Whispering conspiracies, drowning in their lies. Echoes of freedom, lost in cries. Spin the wheel of fate, let's see who rise. But this game will bleed you dry. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak will survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive.
Amount of snow.
Yeah, I think most of the country got a good amount of snow.
Got
Hey,
some
everybody,
snow
welcome
at
to the
ranch.
bullpen. Yeah, the ranch where we do all of our crazy late night
Yes.
activities
Yes, yes.
as a group.
The Murder Ranch, as it has been called by certain people on Reddit.
Yes,
Yeah, that shit's pretty funny.
it's hilarious. They even made a poster for it.
You can't make this shit up. I mean, it's like talk about truth being stranger. I mean, fiction being stranger than truth, I suppose. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I love how the Gary's over exaggerations are being taken as truth. It's great.
I love
Absolutely.
that certain people in that subreddit are like, well, I know that you can have a murder ranch in Texas because it's Texas, obviously, but I don't know that we should allow it. It's like, you really think that Texas allows murder ranches where people just hunt people?
Well, I don't think
East
they-
Texas. We
They were
have one.
specifically saying it was a. I mean, somebody called it a murder ranch, but yeah. Anyway, it's, I think it was more about the guns than anything else.
Some people go to murder ranches for dinner in Texas, and they
Yeah.
don't serve dinner for hours, and it's very off-putting.
Yeah.
Mad, what do you feel about that?
About murder ranches? I mean, I've always been a fan. What are we murdering?
I
No,
said
about
murder
not getting
ranches
fed for hours.
where they don't feed you for hours when you go there.
Oh.
I said it's off-putting.
Yeah.
If you're going to a murder ranch, you want a buffet or the barbecue to be served early.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, someone
you definitely
drives
don't
out
wanna
to your
eat-
murder ranch.
You definitely don't want to eat whatever's been murdered after
mean,
it's been processed.
Even in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dinner was served timely.
True.
Yeah. That's true.
The comics are, well, comics and Mad. Are you guys getting any of the weather? Like, actual
even
snow,
looked
or is
outside,
it just
bro.
freezing?
Okay, like you said, the ranch got some snow, not a whole lot.
Some.
Yeah. My neighbor sent a picture of the pond, which is completely frozen over, which is pretty hilarious. And I mean, other than that, I mean, we got ice mainly where I'm at. And
Ice storm.
yeah, we are supposed to get snow flurries maybe today, maybe next Friday. I don't know. It's
It's not shaping up to be what it was a few years ago then.
no. I mean, a few years ago was vastly different. The whole Snowvid thing. I mean, like legit. I think we got maybe like 1.5 to 2 feet of snow. I mean, it was pretty nuts. And
Yeah.
I actually think it's probably too much. It's probably more like a foot. And I mean, that's like the most snow I've ever seen in San
And for
Antonio.
me, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah, for you, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, this is like something.
Yeah,
not
you
a- not a
guys'
big deal for you.
infrastructure is not set up for it, though.
No, but it's like I've been to places that have snow during winter, right? And it looked just like that. I mean, and that's like a massive rarity here.
Well, you lived up this way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I lived in
Yeah.
Colorado for a year. I've been to Utah during the winter. I've been to Iowa during the winter. So I mean, there's plenty of areas where I've been to that have had pretty heavy snow. So
and Mad doesn't go outside in general. So,
no,
Mm-mm.
but that's the one thing about. It's
I mean, he
kind of
lives
funny
in a
about
bush on
Colorado.
your property, but he doesn't go outside.
Yeah,
I stay in my bush.
but I just remember Colorado snow being kind of weird because like even though it's the Mile High City, Denver, it's like there's times it will snow, you get a lot of snow, and then like sometimes by the afternoon it will be slush.
Oh,
It's because that
that's-
Colorado snow has the shining.
It's
Yeah.
very
gotta
typical
watch
of
out.
Colorado to snow for like 4 hours in the morning, and then after like 2 o'clock, it's 70 or 80, and the
Yeah.
snow is completely melted.
It's weird.
But it also depends on the time of year, because like the true winter snow, like what we're getting right now,
Mhm.
typically it's dry, so it's the kind like you could use like a leaf blower to get rid of it off of the driveway.
Yeah,
But then as soon as we get into spring, it turns into that really heavy wet snow.
wet snow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Destroys all
just
the
remember
trees.
like around Halloween. It was actually Halloween was when we got the first snow. Where
Yeah.
I was at. So
Chad, how about your direction?
Lots of snow, shoveling most of the day, on and off. Very cold. It's going to be over the next couple days here. Our low's going to be in either single digits or negatives, which for Northern Virginia is not normal.
and
That's
yes,
where
me and
we're
Bad
at
Hammer,
right
I am a
now.
Californian, and the funny thing is that one time, I'm not gonna say the one time, but there was one time where I lived in California and we actually got snow, but it was like more of a light dusting, not anything
Yeah.
crazy.
So, Chad, do you shovel while it's still snowing? You don't wait until the storm has passed?
So, because the storm was also going to include layers of freezing rain, I wanted to do rounds so that I didn't have like ice blocks that were 12 inches high that I had to shovel. It's
I
called being
guess.
smart there, Brahma. What do you have, a snow blower so you don't even have to worry about it?
I've got one of the power shovels. So it's like a snow blower, but it's really just a shovel with a blower connected to it. So you do the exact same thing, except it shoots the snow instead of you having to
Oh.
do the full
I
scooping
thought you were
motion.
going to make a joke about your wife right there, but it's fine.
All right, let's get into the politics. I guess we'll start with
I
Minnesota.
almost got stuff coming out of Comix nose on that joke. It was-
Yeah,
Dude.
you almost got the spit take.
Fortunately, I hadn't taken a sip yet, so
So who would have thought that Minnesota would be the ultimate thorn in the side of the U.S.? Between St. Floyd and everything going on right now, it may be
I
the
think
most
it was fairly
dysfunctional state in
obvious.
this country.
Captain Phillips tried to tell us. It's an entire state of people look at me. I'm the captain now.
Right?
Look at me. I am a Minnesota now.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they already changed the flag.
Yes, to an essentially Somalian flag.
Essentially, yeah.
I think Stolen Valor Walls is literally just trying to start a civil war in the States so that he can finally see some action since he didn't before.
I guess. Holy crap! I mean, did you see the footage of like the independent journalists being followed around by people?
O'Keefe or
No, it wasn't
different
O'Keefe. It was other people, and they're like literally being followed around, and they actually got to confront the people they're filming, and they're like, this one guy starts running up, screaming, "They're ICE! They're ICE!" They're like, "We're not ICE. It's like we're independent journalists. What are you doing here?" It's like, "We're reporting on the protest." It's like, "What agency or what outlet do you work for?" It's like, "We're independent journalists." And it's like they were trying to get them to show their IDs and shit. It was fucking bizarre. It's like legit the whole thing what Tim Pool says about the clown police.
right.
I mean, like legit, that's what the fuck is going on. It was pretty crazy. I can maybe dig up some of the tweets if you guys want to play the footage.
I've seen a few of those, like with Nick Sorter, but the one that I thought was so hilarious was, I think it was CNN was there reporting, and suddenly they get like mobbed, and the person's like, "Who are you with? Who are you with?" And she's like, "It's CNN. It's okay." And then everybody just kind of backs off. They're like, "All right, they're with us."
Wow.
If it had been anybody else, there was going to be a problem. But CNN, they've got immunity from the mob because they are part of the mob.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the latest shooting seems a little bit different than the first situation. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, my take on it is, well, they're saying that the guy has a concealed carry, but they're also saying that he was part of an agitation group, specifically there to agitate against ICE.
It was a bad
And
shoot.
I think it probably was from everything that I've seen. The thing is, I mean, yes, it can be a bad shoot, and it can also still be, why the hell are you bringing a gun to a protest? And if you're a concealed carry,
Well,
you are not, I mean, you
There's
cannot,
nothing wrong
even
with him
with a
bringing a gun.
concealed carry,
yeah, no.
it's
So,
even,
no. So I'm going to stop you right there.
I think there is a problem with it.
No, being at a protest. I mean, because Virginia does it every year. Our gun rights organizations across all political affiliations go down to Virginia and on Martin Luther King Day, actually, because it's the day of when the legislature starts doing their sessions usually. And they show a large protest, all armed, openly carrying to display. And this is, again, like, there's
And I
liberal
think
groups
that is fine.
So here's where you got to draw the distinction. Yeah, being at a protest armed is not in and of itself in any way at all a problem.
Correct.
Going
Being
to
part of
interfere-
obstructing police
well,
activities is where
that's
I've
a
got
very
the problem.
different thing.
Okay, well, one
That's
thing
a
with
very, very different thing than being
Right.
at a protest armed. I think Matt
Exactly.
would agree with that.
well,
too.
okay,
And that's where I
first
was
off,
going with it, is taking the gun when you're going there to be an agitator and obstruct police.
Well, then you need to be
Is where
careful
it's a
about what you're
separate
saying,
felony.
because you said taking a gun to a protest is a problem.
Well, okay, so one thing that I do want to point out is that the way this started is ICE approached them and pushed the woman first. I mean, I don't know what led up to this.
So what led up to it was the Pretty or whatever his name is, or however
Right.
it's pronounced, was in the street directing traffic to get in front of ICE vehicles and obstruct them, as they have been doing.
Right.
ICE goes over and they start getting into it with this female protester,
And they push her.
and they push her. So then he goes over there to ostensibly help her, gets pepper sprayed to the face, and then I think he loses track of who he's tangling with, and he starts actually grappling with the female protester.
With the woman, yeah. Yeah.
The ICE agents then proceed to pull him off the female protester. There's about 4 of the ICE agents, I think, if I recall.
We'll play the
right.
video.
Yeah, and they start going into the normal group restraint operation. One ICE agent notices that he has a holstered firearm. Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting, because the video is a little unclear about how quickly this happens. There's an agent who reaches in and does disarm him, pulls it's a SIG P320 out of the holster and starts moving away from the kerfuffle. another agent, or even that same one, because it's hard to tell on the video, regardless of the ones we've seen, yells gun, gun, gun. And this is where there may be an issue related to the Sig Sauer P320,
Right.
because this gun is notorious for negligent discharges. It's
Right.
as a P320.
We talked about it about
yeah.
5 months ago when the
Yeah,
guy
we
put
talked
out
about
that
it several
video.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like from some of the video angles that have come out, the P320 that had been pulled off the suspect discharges into the ground after or in close proximity to the notification of gun, gun, gun. And as soon as you hear a discharge and after hearing gun, the agents who had already drawn go into their
For the most
training,
part,
right?
the agent that was directly behind him shot him about 3 times in the back, it looked like. And then other people opened fire.
What it
Mhm.
looks like with all this new video angles and evidence isn't like, this is where it's not even on the ICE agents. It's not a good shooting in the fact that they were in an actual self-defense situation. This is one of those, it's legally justified, but I saw someone on X post that this was some Final Destination shit where it was like a confluence of terrible events happen in
Mhm.
close proximity. And the Sig Sauer is going to still obviously release a statement that no, it couldn't have gone off on its own. Not
Yeah.
at all.
Well, and that's one thing that Phil Labonte pointed out is that, I mean, everyone knows the whole thing with that version of the SIG. And there was something he was pointing out in some of the footage where it does look like the gun did go and discharge. And the other thing too, which I think it's the guy who did the law of self-defense. There is an instance where he does go and reach
Braca, I
back.
think his name.
Bronco. Andrew Bronco, I think.
Yeah, Andrew Bronco, where he does reach back to where the gun was supposed to be holstered at. So he could have been not realizing was disarmed, reaching for it. So there's like,
I mean, that's
It happens
I
pretty
don't.
fast.
It was so fast.
it does. It does.
Why don't we watch it real quick,
yeah,
and then we can resume discussing after
Warning
everybody's
to
seen it.
the
Although I know
viewers that this is going to show firearms discharging, and if you've been avoiding this video, you can skip and wait
it's
a couple
about
minutes.
a minute 40. Got sound.
Honestly.
I mean, it's hard to tell what the fuck is going on. Who's who and who's what. Okay, it looks like that's where.
So currently the woman is on the left dealing with one of the other ICE agents after the guy had, been tangling with her a little bit. And then he was pulled off by the remaining ICE agents. So he's down in the middle of this pile on the right.
Mhm.
So there's where you can hear the separation in shots.
Yeah.
There's one
Right.
initial discharge, and then the 3 shots that followed.
Right.
And it's not in this angle, but there's another one
You
where you
see-
can see the ICE agent disarming him.
You see the one to the right. So the far left guy, then there's the guy on the right.
Mhm.
He's the one who unholsters his gun at this point in the video. You can see him bring it out
Yeah.
right here. Then you hear the gun, gun, gun. And this video doesn't have the audio very well. We won't play the rest of it again because we already saw what happened and we don't need to intentionally try to get a strike.
This is where I think it was just a confluence of terrible events, because
Mhm.
it was right after the calling out of gun, gun, gun that the discharge happens from the disarmed firearm, the P320. And in a heightened situation where they're already on edge and they've got violent protesters and things have been going on, when you've got a gun and you hear the actual sound of a 9mm discharge, you're gonna do what you're trained to do, which is neutralize a threat.
Which, especially this guy is behind him, so he can't see what's going on in front, because he ends up shooting him in the back 3 times. The initial 3 shots after the first discharge.
And with the ICE takedown, where they're doing multiple agents to subdue and ostensibly arrest someone, if they're in a melee kind of thing, you're not going to have clear view of hands and guns and any of that
Right.
stuff. It makes it already a problem. All of this is to say, this is it really boils down to local law enforcement not providing security and separating. Like, protesting is fine. America has a proud tradition of protesting. What you're not protesting does not generally include getting up in the face and interfering with police operations.
Right.
Or trying to direct traffic on behalf of the police or on behalf of your other agitators. Nothing, nowhere are you called to start directing traffic. That's not peacefully protesting. That's being in the middle of the street directing traffic.
Now I really just want to shut up and listen to what Mad's take on it is, because
Yeah.
this is the first person
bingo.
I genuinely want to listen to who's lived this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It looked like from what I've seen, which isn't a lot, I haven't been up that long today, but it's a bad shoot any way around. Too many. The communication was garbage. They were sloppy. There was no control over the situation whatsoever. And just because you hear gun doesn't mean, oh, that means I shoot. You say that to let everybody know that there is a gun in play. It's not automatic, hear gun, then you bang.
Well, they didn't until the other shot actually.
But the problem was
went off.
they heard gun and then there was a bang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very good possibility if he had another firearm other than that version of the SIG, he would probably still be alive. Because if it did accidentally discharge, that would make sense why the officers would have fired, in my opinion. But the other thing too, going back to the whole thing we're talking about with protesting and firearms, and I've heard multiple things that he did have his license to carry on him, that he did not, and yeah, I know Minnesota has some very specific laws about concealed carry and having to have your license.
It doesn't matter though.
Right.
It doesn't make
the ICE
difference.
officers they didn't stop him and say, "Do you have a license for your gun?" I mean, that's
I know
all of that is kind of like after the fact.
No, it absolutely 100% is after the fact.
So
the only place where it comes in is the mindset of the guy going down to participate in agitation.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing. Okay, there's
intentionally not
several
carrying
things
the
I
things you're
want,
supposed to.
Right. Having a conceal and carry license and having gone through the training and the procedure of going and acquiring that license. Now, granted, it's vastly different, I imagine, from Minnesota and Texas. But for me, as an individual, if I'm going to a protest and be an active protester, I would not bring a firearm with me because of a situation like this. Now, if I'm just carrying my gun and I come out of a donut shop and this shit's happening in front of me, that's completely different. But I
don't want to
remove
sit
myself
here
from the
and
situation.
listen to you make fun of police officers.
I was just using a donut shop as an example. But at the end of the day, First and Second Amendment, very important to me. I think that if you are being an agitator and you have a firearm on you, that could potentially escalate to something what we just saw. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean. Yes, I do love donuts. Donuts are very tasty, but you have to be responsible for yourself and your weapon and the situation that you could potentially get yourself in. Right. When it comes to
it's also
carry.
true of police officers or federal law enforcement officers. You've got to have awareness of. I mean, there's a lot of, like I said, it seems like a confluence of terrible circumstances.
I agree.
Yes,
and that doesn't mean that necessarily any of the ICE people are going to be held to legal consequences. Do I think that maybe this group or something should go through some additional use of force training or tactics training? Probably. Is the real end game actually local law enforcement doing the job of assisting? Like it came out that Virginia, Texas, Tennessee, like all these other states have actually turned over more people to ICE than what they've gotten out of Minnesota or Illinois or California through their operation. And you know why? It's because local law enforcement honors
is doing their
detainers.
jobs. Yeah.
When
Well,
most of
okay,
these
that's
guys
ultimately
are
the
in
thing.
criminal
None of the
situations.
sanctuary city BS.
Right. If the funny thing about what we're seeing right now with ICE and these protests and everything, it's like all this is so preventable. And how can this all be prevented? It's very easy. These states just need to follow the fucking law. They go and you know, they specifically asked, ICE asked them, hand over the bad guys. And they're like, no. So ICE is now going into these neighborhoods and having to go and get these people out forcibly, something that Minnesota could have done themselves. Sorry, cat's being a pain in the ass. And that's what ultimately has escalated, having to have ICE come in and, you know, kind of do these draconian measures. If they just went and followed the fucking law, if they, you know, handed over these illegals to begin with, we wouldn't have to be doing this shit. And that's the thing that it makes it so avoidable. So at the end of the day, I blame Tim Walz and I blame Mayor Fry for this. You know, and they're the ones that are encouraging this. They are going out encouraging people to go and fight against ICE. The blood literally is on their hands.
I agree.
Here you go. We got a super chat for you, Brahma.
Yep. Pretty was in an anti-ICE chat organizing attacks on ICE like this. The chat is run by Minnesota State Rep Alex Falconer, martial law time. I think it's well overdue to
I don't
bring
disagree.
in the insurrection act.
There is a theory that Trump's post this evening was effectively the first step to calling for the Insurrection Act, because under the Insurrection Act, the president has to give a definitive timetable of meeting and correcting before he can dispatch military forces.
Mm.
And he did a Truth Social or whatever post they call it, where he basically said, I need Minnesota to start enforcing the law. Like, he gave the list of things that need to be done and that they need to be done immediately, starting basically, I guess, this week. And there was nothing in it that said, I'm going to declare the Insurrection Act or not. But it's this is the first step, because he's got to put out a communication saying that you've got to correct your behavior.
The intent.
Yep.
Yeah, allow them to fix it, or the intent would be to bring in the Insurrection Act.
Yeah, because I know that our favorite, one of our favorite pollsters has been banging the drum that the ICE stuff has been dragging down Trump's numbers because it's not playing well.
Mm.
But I think what is not playing well is this is one of those situations where, the Democrat, like, people like Democrat approval is at all-time low. Part of that is Republicans have like zero approval of the Democratic Party, and part of it is because the super left-wing people aren't satisfied that they're doing enough, right?
That they're not
So
far.
so when they're polling that the ICE stuff is not helping his numbers because people aren't happy with AI's action, I think there's a solid mix in there where it's not just people in general don't want ICE operations to take place. It's that they see that Trump is not doing enough to take, to actually put them in a position to do this safely and manage it well. And they want him, they want Trump to be in control. And that's where the Insurrection Act, if it gets pulled out, initially they're going to go nuts about it, right? But if he goes and enforce, and so my suggestion, if he does this, not that they're going to listen to me, go and enforce with the military, create zones, like you create an allowed protest zone, right? They're still allowed to protest. You can all be over in this spot to protest, right by the ICE facility even, but you can't block the road. You can't do any of this other stuff. And then the operations get to take off and be done cleanly. Like any place, I would tell President Trump, allow for a zone of protest, but at the same time, make it known that if any of X, Y, or Z things take place, it'll be determined that it is an unlawful protest and will be dispersed. That will be bullhorns, like the foghorns, whatever they're called. Like
Megaphones.
you can put a list
Air
of things
horns.
that will be viewed as agitative behavior against the law enforcement operation, and to be within reason, like pulling up, bringing signs. Yeah, go ahead. Like do stuff like that. Yelling or screaming, fine, go ahead. But make a list of things that would make it an unlawful assembly, and then give it. And then I think Trump wins on the optics that way. He's not taking away constitutional rights, but he's enforcing what the other groups won't do, which is local law enforcement won't do. I mean, we're getting news that local 911 won't send responders out to help ICE agents when they're under fire or in situations. There's a story where 2 ICE agents, I guess off duty, were just eating at a restaurant. I guess they got doxxed on where they were, and the restaurant got surrounded. People started breaking windows, doing all this stuff.
Well, they're going after people that are not even ICE. That's that's the thing that's so fucked up about it.
If they
I'm
suspect
sharing
that you're ICE.
Yeah. Well, and this plays into the video I'm sharing, because this is the one I was telling you guys about. So this is brought to you by one of the guys that was there, K Malay, and then Haley is the one who actually recorded it. So this is interesting. Behind them is the one of the cars that's been following them around. Of course, Subaru.
We aren't ICE. We are not ICE. We're not ICE. We're not ICE.
People think the federal government doesn't drive Subarus.
We're
I'm
not
sorry.
ICE.
Well, no, they were in a truck. The Subaru is the people following them
Subaru
around.
is
Oh, okay. I was
following
about to. Oh, I mean the lesbians. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been following us for over an hour. We're not ICE.
So this guy coming up, he's the one who's shouting they're going to be their ICE.
We're just letting them know, and they.
Not in an ICE vehicle, right?
No. Right.
Right, get in your truck and get the fuck out. Why? Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE. Get the fuck out.
Confirmed ICE through who? We're American citizens. We're not ICE.
These are the people that you're abducting. Get out. Please go.
Because they've been following us for over an hour.
Why are you guys here? What are you here doing? Why are you guys here? Where do you live? Where are you from?
Is it ironic in any way that they're out there protesting because they're like ICE is just stopping people and asking them for their papers, and they're stopping these people?
Yeah,
like,
literally
where do
the
you
exact
live? What are
same
you
thing.
doing?
Right.
It's almost like that's a standard thing you might do if you were trying to investigate.
Yeah.
If you were trying to find out who somebody is and why they're there.
Yeah. So this is literally the clown police, like Tim Pool was talking about. Yeah, I mean, because one of the guy that, not the one who walked up and said, their ICE, get the fuck out. It's the other guy they're talking to. He's basically asking for their IDs. So I think you should see that.
Well, and the thing is, it's likely tied to the same app that they've been using, where they've been tracking license plates and stuff, even of rental vehicles, because they suspect it of being ICE.
Right.
Did you come in that car right there?
Yeah, this truck. And they're saying we're popping up in an ICE database.
Well, then you're in it. We're not.
What's the database?
Get the fuck out of here, then. Do we look like ICE now?
No ICE. Nothing on me. Prove it.
We're not ICE.
I don't have no weapons. Let me see your ID.
Okay, so he's the one who asked for the ID.
No, they've been following us. That's why we got out and confronted them.
Great.
You think that's okay?
Yeah. You're not welcome. 100%.
Okay. I'm curious
You mess with our
about.
neighborhood? Yes. 100%. Yeah.
I'm curious, I guess, how you get into an ICE database.
We're not ICE. Okay, thank you. So you're messing it up.
It's fucking
Hey,
retarded, man.
Mad, if somebody unlawfully detains you, isn't that an issue usually?
Yes.
Like if they block you in on both ends of the street and tell you have to get out of your car?
It's not cool,
they're
bro.
Not ICE. They're just citizens saying
Doesn't matter who,
we're detaining you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they are. Like, you shouldn't be blocking people from leaving.
Well, they're not
illegal.
blocking them from leaving. They're telling them to get the fuck out. But it's the fact that they've been like following them around for like hours, like they said in the video. And it's pretty funny because like one of the guys, the guy that shared it, he's a black journalist and he's with them. And it's pretty funny. Here's another clip of him basically saying, he's basically using the race card against them. It's like, you're a bunch of white people are telling a black guy what to do. It's fucking hilarious. Absolutely.
that's what I was getting. That's
With
what I
the
was
guys
getting
like,
at.
this is
Mark
Minnesota
Daly.
and you're not Somalian, so you're clearly ICE.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at, Mark Daly. A case could be made for kidnapping if
Mm-hmm.
you're detaining somebody against their will, which is also probably one of the charges that'll be brought in the church protests that we still have to talk about a little bit too, because apparently in that case there were a whole bunch of people keeping the people in the church from going downstairs to get their kids out of the nursery when the whole thing happened. So they basically cut off all the parents from the children and would not let them go to the nursery.
Dude, I mean, there's a point where in time you got to throw hands.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're
There
not
is.
armed, unless they were actually armed, that would be a different situation. But it's like at some point you just got to get up and start punching the shit out of people. Get the fuck out. You're trespassing. No, you're not going to get out. Okay, we're gonna fucking take matters in our hands and throw your ass out.
So here's another example of kind of what Comix was just showing us. This is another. This woman actually gets arrested, which is nice at the end of it, but she just suspects somebody of being ICE. So
No audio.
Who are you?
here, we'll restart it then.
Are you ice garbage? Mom, who are you? What's your name? Are you ice? Oh, you don't want me to take a picture of your face? Is that because you're ice?
Right in the fucking face, man. I mean, at that point, you fucking swing. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's a chick or a dude.
She's
You're
already
putting like the
put her
phone like,
hands
in your
on him.
face. It's like you slap the phone away. They do anything else, they get a fist to the face.
Give him a 2-piece, man.
Yeah.
She'd already put her hands on him multiple times.
Yep. You start with get your hands off me. If you touch me again, I will defend myself. And you make sure you say it loud enough to where other people hear you. And as soon as she touches you, pop. That's it.
So we'll
walk away.
We did have the video of the guy, the super chat that we got a few minutes ago. We've got the video of the guy talking about that. So we'll play that real quick, and then we'll probably move on to the church stuff, and then maybe show Tim Walz's response to all of this, because he thinks it's the same as the Diary of Anne Frank. Get some audio here. So this is about the chat group stuff.
The young man, 13-year-old, handcuffed by ICE, his father taken away. I arrived there as soon as I could. I talked to some of the family members. It's devastating. And I don't know, just going home and talking to my kids about what happened and how this is affecting our community. These are terrible times. But we will get through it. We'll get stronger for it. And we will look out for one another. Before coming to the state legislature, I'm a community organizer at heart, and that's part of what I'm trying to bring to the legislature. I'm helping to lead.
By the way, if there was
the
ever
community response.
a job or profession that was the biggest red flag for being bad for America, it would be community organizer.
Yeah.
Barack Obama, community organizer.
Barack Obama.
Rapid response network that we have, given any ICE situations. I have a couple.
I'm not sure that it's appropriate for the white man to
willing
be
to stop
explaining
and
to this
or to
community
stay
of
around
color
and
what
talk
they
with
should and
anybody that
shouldn't
wants
be
to.
doing.
Naturally.
Well, this is probably in his local mosque, would be my guess.
Any
Yeah,
more
it
information.
looks like a mosque.
We've got a couple groups on the app Signal that we would love for you to join. Whether or not
Oh, boy.
you
I
want
wonder if
to
they let
be
him
part
go
of-
over and talk to the women.
Probably not.
Nope.
The Resistance Network. I fully understand that you may not be comfortable with that, but you can help us in a lot of ways by sending an alert that if you see any suspicious vehicles, any traffic.
Keep in mind, this guy works in Waltz's government.
If you
He does.
know of
I thought he was an
anybody
ER
that's being
nurse.
targeted, that's being detained, we have resources immediately.
You thought he was
This
what?
isn't-
I thought he was supposed to be like an ER nurse or something like
This
that.
isn't
The guy who
victim.
got shot was. This
Oh,
is
this
the
is-
guy that's in Waltz.
Okay. All right, my bad. I thought it was the dude that got shot.
Yeah, he's part of the government. This guy's part of the government, and he's telling everybody that we've got all these groups, and you should really join them so that you can alert us about what ICE is doing and alert everybody where to go.
Immediately available. that we can send to you, send to their family, get them legal help, help the families if they need food, if people are afraid to leave their homes to get food. We're working with the food shelves to try to figure out a way to deliver groceries. I know yesterday apartment complexes needed their parking lots plowed and people were being...
Okay,
Yeah,
pause it. No,
Comix. This is Minnesota. This is Minnesota State Rep Alex Falconer.
okay, that's weird because like Lips of Tuckout says, this is the man who was killed by ICE was apparently an anti-ICE resistance signal group check. Oh, okay, so they're basically saying he's in the group. Yeah,
this is the guy in the government who is
No, I read the
part
rest
of
of the
that
statement.
signal group as well. Yeah.
Okay, that makes
taken
sense.
as they were
Sorry,
moving
all
their cars.
bald white guys with beards look alike to me. Sorry, my bad.
I know. Bald blind.
We can move your car for you. Just please, like, anything, small, large. We are here for you. And we will stand with you. We will stand for you.
So that is somebody elected basically telling everybody, yeah, you should be doing this.
Yep.
In fact, we want more of you to join in on it.
Play the one I sent you the other day, which is pretty funny. It's it's an Antifa guy basically telling people to arm up and start getting violent. The funny thing about
I
it,
think I've got that one saved. Let me
there's actually
bring it
more
up.
videos about this dude, and apparently he's a cross-dresser.
That checks out.
There's actually pictures of him like wearing dresses and high heels and shit. It's fucking hilarious.
Is that the one about why does everybody call him the most powerful man on the planet?
No,
Is it that guy?
No,
Okay.
it's the
We'll
dude
play that one, and I'll look for the one that you're talking about then.
It's the one I DM'd. I can go find it.
Yeah, if you could. I would have to download it because I can't play tweets. It just locks up.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll pull it up.
So these are the kind of people we're dealing with, though.
Why does everybody keep calling him the most powerful man in the world? He ain't
Language
shit.
warning.
He ain't
Language
fucking
warning?
shit. He ain't fucking shit. Fucking take that motherfucker out. I give you permission. As a fucking American, I give you permission.
That's not how it
Shoot
works.
that motherfucker in the head. Take Vance out with him. One bullet, two bigots. Oops. First Amendment.
I don't think they should be trying to pull a Quigley on Trump and Vance.
Yeah,
I'm glad
the
Matt gets
very
it.
First Amendment that you raped like a little child. Huh. Oops. Whoops.
Very stable.
Yeah, totally. All right.
I wonder how his visit from Secret Service went.
Yeah, I'm sure. So this is Trans Tifa. He's not in his training gear, but
My name is Kyle. I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out.
Pause
They
it real
fucked
quick.
up. Okay,
Where's his
Go watch
dress?
my videos. Doesn't.
what's that?
My thoughts on facial and neck tattoos remain undefeated.
Well, he's been around. Apparently, there's like other clips of him like at other protests. I don't know if they're all ICE related, but
I take that back. The only person who I think is probably okay who has a face tattoos, Mike Tyson might be okay.
well, the funny thing too is that there's another recording that he did where he fucking doxed himself. It's so funny.
Where's his dress? I thought he's usually in a dress.
He is. There's other clips you can find this guy.
Kitty,
Matter if
who's
you're not
only
here and you're not
listening
caught
to
up,
the
you missed the
audio,
fucking-
said, "Oh, you can hear the dress."
Ooh, look at that mustache. It's one of those blonde ones you can't see unless
Do
you're
you
Yeah.
think you
zoomed
can
in.
get a skirt-based plate carrier?
Well,
Yeah,
I would
probably.
I was looking at his carrier there, and I don't think he has plates in it.
I'm pretty sure it's just more of a
No,
tactical vest than a
it's-
plate carrier.
Well, at best, it's a class 3 soft,
Yeah.
armor, but he doesn't. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's hit plate. Does he even have the pockets for magazines?
fight. But if you are, it's time to suit up. Boots on the ground.
No, he has
Nicollet
the,
and fucking 26.
He has the little web
My
where you
house is
can
4
put it-
blocks
Yeah.
away. Anywhere between Franklin and Nicollet and 26th and Nicollet. Show up.
I'm really glad he pronounced that
Ready
very
to go.
clearly.
Right? That's probably
Because-
that's probably why there was so many takes he had to do was because he kept mispronouncing it.
He was on the verge of saying something very wrong.
Yep. Yes, Mod Eric, this is the guy who doxed himself. As you can see, he's a fucking brain genius.
I mean, it's purely my speculation, and obviously, as a speculation, it is not a statement of fact that this man diddles children.
Yeah,
but
possibly.
he probably does.
If he was born 30 years earlier, he would have been with he would have been a goblet in the KKK.
Probably. All right. Let's finish
Yeah,
this
I
in
don't
this
think he could have
regard.
gone up to Grand Exalted Cyclops
No.
like our former senator from West Virginia, Robert Byrd.
Yeah.
Okay, not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations.
Since when were they having polite conversations? That's my question. I don't remember that there ever being polite conversations with Antifa.
All right,
That's what
hear me
screaming
out.
in people's faces is, apparently.
I've just come to a realization that the reason America is breaking is because Jerry Springer passed away and the show's not on TV anymore. Jerry Springer used to be the
Might be on
outlet for
something.
all these crazy left whatevers to go, and they would start their little fights on the show and they would do all their things. And we had an outlet.
I'm surprised he doesn't have paint stains on his little vest there.
Because when you said like 30 years ago, I did the math. I was like, that would have been actually mid 90s. He would have been on Springer. He would have been on Springer, like sitting there, like, look at the neo-Nazi on Springer.
I meant the millennial 30, which would have put him in the 60s.
All right.
Anymore. I am talking specifically to my fucking followers. This is everything I have fucking talked about, and this is exactly what I said was gonna happen. This is exactly what I said was gonna fucking come when we didn't fucking go and march on fucking Whipple with guns.
Whipple? What is
Sorry,
a Whipple?
but welcome
probably
to
I'm
America
assuming that's a
2026,
part
where
of
Second Amendment is
Minnesota?
the only thing that's gonna keep you fucking
Probably
protected.
a suburb.
Yep.
By the
Probably
way,
a
I'm,
suburb of Minneapolis.
welcome to all the new two-way enthusiasts coming to our cause.
Yeah.
Please donate to the Virginia Citizen Self-Defense League so you can help us fight the anti-two-way laws coming to Virginia. I would appreciate
the
that.
funny thing is, I love how all these leftists are coming out suddenly as gun experts. That's
Not
my
unless-
favorite thing.
Well, not if you're a Supreme Court justice and you want to advocate that the black laws of Louisiana in the
Yeah, that was a take.
1870s are completely good case law to rely on to pass new anti-gun legislation.
From literal fucking Nazi gunmen that are killing innocent people in the street with impunity. This is not,
That was not
a
impunity,
fucking
dumbass.
joke. There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your fucking guns and stop these fucking people.
What's
Can
the
I point-
beeping?
He's okay. He's trying to beep himself out.
He's
All
trying
right,
to
he was cussing.
edit
Is
his
he
own
really?
audio.
Yeah, and he's doing
Yeah.
a very poor job of it.
I was about to say,
It's
if it
pretty
was
funny.
a chirping sound, I know it was a smoke detector. Travis Etienne helped me learn that. But, I want to point out historically, this is, it's not exactly Ottoman Empire stuff here, but the Nazis didn't go and just kill people in the streets. They took over the government, yes. And then what they did is they instituted policies where they separated and sent people to camps and kept all that bad stuff away from the streets because they specifically didn't want people
So
to
that the
see
public
what they were
wouldn't
doing.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what the United States is doing is fucking law enforcement operations. I mean, Jesus. I think we're backed up on a couple super chats, though. You need to get to.
Yeah, I was going to grab him. I was just waiting for a break in the conversation. Eric K for $5 over on the Rumble side. Fun fact, Comix worked in a donut factory and was the #1 producer of donuts. He got fired after they found out how he was making the donuts. He loves donuts, but not the way you make the holes.
Well,
I
I
like
mean-
donut holes.
When you could use your penis as a punch, why not? I mean, come on.
I am
Talks for
definitely not
$2
buying
over on
those
Rumble.
munchkins from Duncan anytime soon.
Comix can hold 11 donuts without using his hands.
Indeed.
Then we've got Mark Daly coming in with
I don't
$5.
know if that was supposed to be disparaging. That seems rather impressive. Good job.
Okay,
for you,
I
Thomas.
found the picture of the dude wearing drag stuff.
The dress.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring it up after. Mark Daly for $5. Uh-oh, these guys are in trouble now. Bartleby Bondi is up from her desk and issuing strongly worded letters. Oh, big trouble. Yep. Talks for another $5. Says, hey, hey, ho, ho. Jim Crow says your guns have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. And Mark Daly for $5. Graham Planter, while wearing an SS tattoo, is soliciting donations from anti-ICE groups for his Maine Senate race. Yeah, I think we talked about him as we were coming up on the election. The one that ended up covering the tattoo with yet another Nazi tattoo.
Sorry, fucking Kite got me with that one.
Kite.
You announce your attack like an anime character. Penis punch.
I think my attack announcement is more along the lines of mushroom stamp, but you know, whatever. She's thrown.
Hip thrust.
Yeah.
That's a nice mini skirt he's got there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's lovely. Yeah.
What game is he refereeing? Oh, WNBA.
I guess.
That's where
No,
the dildos.
I think it's a
falling out of.
blouse. That's just a blouse. Yeah, this is the guy running around the plate carrier or faux plate carrier, wanting people to take the streets and shoot ICE. There's others. They're
This is the same guy.
Trans Tifa.
Yeah,
that's the guy we just watched.
Okay, the one
He
on the
dyed
left.
his hair?
This is Trans Tifa. This is the guy that was killed, and this is
okay.
Trans Tifa again. So yeah, Trans Tifa.
Lower right and left.
Yeah.
Trans Tifa guy.
Yep. All I gotta say is, you're not fucking normal. Okay, you are not a fucking normal person if you're doing that shit. Just throwing that out there.
What else do you say about it? I mean, it's obviously a mental illness.
Yeah, I mean that is somebody who is clearly fucked in the head.
So we did have, you guys remember the guy that right before the church thing was, shouting, for the government to come get him because he's not going to be silenced. We've got his little video after he had done the church thing. And of course, in the time since, he has reached the FO portion of the FAFO.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. The pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in this.
Is that even confirmed?
How can you be a fuck?
I'm pretty sure it has been.
Okay, so
he's an on-the-ground director or something like that.
Okay, because I was like wondering about that. It's like it just. First off, how do you know these people were white supremacists?
No. That's all lies. I mean,
that's lies.
Well, I know. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? No, my comment was more about was the pastor involved
about
with
the
ICE.
pastor being part of ICE.
But my other comment to him was like, I wouldn't go and protest these white supremacists. Well, okay, how do you know they're white supremacists? First off, I mean, is it because they're white people there and they're going to church? Is that your gauge?
That was pretty much their gauge, yes.
Pastor and be a fucking ICE agent. Fuck them. They want to come after me? Fuck them. How can they live so comfortably while the fucking people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any fucking different? Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. All power to the people.
Yeah, you're a traitor to the Somali people.
Yep, arrest warrant was issued. He's been picked up.
Good.
Along with 3 or 4 others from the church incident. And I believe the way is being cleared on Don Lemon because an appeals court basically said that overrode the lower judge.
No, they didn't.
Who was blocking the arrest, I thought.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
Nope.
I read it a couple places.
They issued a ruling that the magistrate, that based on what was supplied, they had all the probable cause they would have needed for the arrest warrant, but they wouldn't overrule the magistrate not signing the arrest warrant.
No, I thought that said that they did overrule it.
I'll
So they
double
basically pulled a Comey and said, yeah, he definitely did all these things, and we've got plenty of proof for it, and we could definitely arrest, but we're just not
appeals court rejects DOJ's emergency bid to arrest Don Lemon and other church demonstrators.
Weren't they basically let out too on bail already? All those people that were arrested.
I mean, likely.
Yeah, they were given bail. The one they arrested two. Two were allowed to be arrested by the magistrate. So
I don't know. There's so much mixed info coming out anymore. Hard to figure out what's going on the ground. Except a whole bunch of rioting.
So here's an interesting thing in the grand scheme. We're super plugged in. This seems like it's the only thing that's happening. Most of America is, I think, checking out. This is the thing that the one that the left needs to kind of understand too. There's a famous quote from Stalin, right? You know, like one death is a tragedy, a million is a statistic.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if that's a tribute to Stalin, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
As terrible as it is to say, this situation, especially with a gun being involved, even though I'm in concurrence with Mad that I think the shooting was probably not a good law enforcement take on things. Very different than the girl who was running over an ICE agent when he discharged the weapon.
Right.
I think the public's not going to be as engaged in this one as I think. Honestly, I think even in Minnesota, here's the other thing to understand. Minnesota is a sea of red with one blue dot in Minneapolis, St. Paul that dominates their politics.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the rest of Minnesota is probably completely not caring about all this. They're probably more concerned with the fact that Sam Darnold is going to a Super Bowl and they are
God
stuck
dang
with
it,
JJ McCarthy.
Chad, I'm literally watching the highlights.
It's a relevant point.
Well, here's what Tim Walz has to say about the whole situation.
We have got children in Minnesota hiding in their houses, afraid to go outside.
Well, their parents are idiots.
Many of us grew up reading that story of Anne
I'm
Frank.
just completely enthralled by the sign language interpreter for Tim Walz.
I don't
Is he really comparing the Somali stuff to Anne Frank?
Oh, yes. Yes, he is.
Fuck off.
Can someone explain to me why they need...
Go fuck yourself.
Can somebody explain to me why they even... Okay.
No, I was going to say the freeze frame. Look at the freeze frame, Brahma God, of the sign language interpreter.
Yeah. Tim Walz looks like, shit my pants.
Can someone explain?
I'll mute. Stop.
Can someone explain to me why we need a sign language person when we have closed captioning?
I've been asking that for months and months and months.
Well, okay. All right.
I can understand the people in person.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll slightly defend it for people that are there in person. Other than that, yes, you were correct about it.
But why does it always have to be split screened or picture in picture?
ADA
no idea.
For government announcements.
So they are literally just throwing in the towel on teaching people how to read, huh?
Well, I mean, read sign language.
Anne Frank. Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota.
No, they're not.
There's one person who can end this now.
You, Tim Walz. The person is you.
I think he's pretty much saying he has no power to do anything.
Can I write that children's story? It's going to be about a little young man who was driving to school with his dad. And when ICE was approaching him for outstanding warrants, his dad stopped the car and ran away from the child and left him and abandoned him like he was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you got to do
the
what
other
you
made-up
do.
story from this week.
Yep.
ICE arrested a 5-year-old. No, ICE took care of the 5-year-old that the dad just ran away from.
JD Vance had one of the great takes on it, because it's true. I think we've talked about it before. Like, if you are not allowed to arrest someone who's done something criminal because they have children and they would be separated from the children, congratulations, you've just completely erased the entire criminal justice system. Because
I've got a kid, so I'm immune from everything.
I'm immune. Yeah.
And Holman's made the point tons of times.
What if, like, is it cool if you shoot someone as long as you have a baby and a bajorn hanging off your chest? Like, no, I'm good. Like I got my
Now,
shield.
Mad. Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek show, but I don't think we need to bring the Bajorans into it.
Yeah, it's a Bajorn. It's the thing that hangs on the front of them with the baby in it.
No, they hang out near a wormhole.
I thought that was called a papoose, but okay.
Actually, it's a Bjorn, is what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, but the reality is what that is. That is a liberal plate carrier.
Oh my god, that's a perfect. You need to. That's a T-shirt.
It's the vibranium of all plates.
It's like the only. They're like if we allow a child to survive past abortion, it's only to take them to protest as a liberal plate.
Oh, if it's a white baby, that shit's antimantium.
I mean, we did see multiple stories of people taking their kids in negative 15-degree weather to protest, like
They were asleep in the car. They were fine.
No,
they had
like
the windows
babies
up.
that they're just hanging out with on the street.
One woman strapped him to the Bajorn and was walking around and trying to be active in getting into the ice faces.
Mm-hmm. So it is not that far-fetched. We've seen it.
Like I said, liberal plate carrier.
So I think that's about as much Minnesota as we can handle tonight, right? That's a full hour of Minnesota.
I mean,
is there anything else you guys wanted to go over? Yeah, the PWHL having the moment of silence for
no, I mean,
for the guy.
I think not until honestly I'm sure I think sometime this week we'll find out if Insurrection Act is going to be involved.
Oh, also, did you hear about the ICE agent that got part of his finger bitten off?
Part of his finger
bitten off.
Yeah, by a protester.
Protester, peacefully biting off fingers.
Yeah.
Well, it was mostly peaceful because it wasn't the whole finger.
It was like the fingertip.
Yeah, mostly.
Why is it always coming back to tips with you?
Just the tip.
Now, I mean, this is again where I think that for some of the poll and like for Trump to get his polling and all of that back in, he needs to just exercise and take control. This is where it's going off the rails. And I think there was somebody else on X who made a valid point that that Minneapolis effectively is becoming a microcosm of like, if you can't stand there, if you can't break the fraud and like crime and all this stuff there, what shot would you ever have at fixing any of the bigger problem areas for the country? Like this is where they want to. This is the stand to make.
It's too involved now to pull out.
Yeah,
because that would just inflame them.
Yeah.
No, just
because they'll think they can win at that point. Yeah. Yep.
No, and you got to finish inside Minneapolis. You can't be on the outside when you finish.
The only other thing I want to add is the fact that so we did talk about the whole thing with the independent journalists, and then there is what's his name that got the threat?
O'Keefe.
O'Keefe, thank you, James O'Keefe, who got a text message basically saying, "We know what you're driving.
In the white
Here's your license
SUV."
plate." Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
That's fucking scary.
By the way, how the hell does James O'Keefe still keep getting these people to confess on camera? Are they, because it's gay guys in government?
They're fucking retards.
Are they so
with idiots?
Are they so desperate for Grindr dates that they are just like we know James O'Keefe is sending bait to get us to talk about these
horny idiots?
You think James O'Keefe, he like feels it's a necessity for him to work out and like prep himself to look good to get these guys to, you know what I mean?
Okay, look, my personal opinion, not a statement of fact. James O'Keefe has some leanings because he's also really into musicals. Like one of his points of pride was getting the lead in Oklahoma as an adult.
Okay.
The musical.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, he still has to look good though. That's all I'm saying.
Well, nobody wants to be gay fat.
Oh, of course. I mean,
okay.
Unless you're mad. I mean, mad's fine with gay fat.
Whoa, what he does
Whoa,
with
new
people
channel,
at the
man.
bromance,
New
the bro
channel.
over.
I'm not gay no more.
There is no
Mad
misogyny.
straight on
Mad
Yeah,
channel.
I will not carry a purse.
It's
I
called a
mean-
man bag.
Yeah, it's called a man bag. It's okay. Mad. It's okay.
I
You
love
can have a man bag.
women.
What the hell was that?
Is that
noise?
attempted motorboating? I
No,
love
that's the part of
women.
that's the part of the video. He goes, "I love women, women." That's not gonna make sense to anyone that hasn't seen the video of the dude saying, "I'm not gay no more."
Right.
Look, we don't need to talk about Milo on this show.
So I thought, I mean, this will just be a quick hit, but let's see if you guys take away the same thing I took away from it, because I think it's hilarious. So Scarlett Johansson, Kate Blanchett, and more stars back an anti-AI campaign. Stealing our work is not innovation. And their exact quote was, "Stealing our work is not innovation, it's theft." So I was kind of looking at it and just thinking about it, and I was like, so it's fine when you steal our taxes, which is basically our work and our time being forced to be paid to the government and then sent out to whatever activist cause these people want.
Well, but they're
when
not
it's
the
theft
government
from
though.
them, it's a problem.
But they're not the government though.
Yeah,
that doesn't really
I
work.
know.
That didn't even register in my brain at all. All I got was Scarlett Johansson. You were just in like the 8th Jurassic Park movie. I
Right.
think you're not on a really good solid ground.
Oh,
to
for
be, like,
innovation?
for making innovative, like non, like Kate Blanchett just signed on to be in the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon 2, reprising
Not
the role
derivative at all.
She did as the voice actress. I mean, if you want to start getting me to be on board with saving jobs from AI in Hollywood, make new shit.
Yeah. Right.
Although I will be there for the Masters of the Universe remake that they're putting out.
No.
You're going to go and you're going to like it.
I'm not going to go.
You're going to go. I'm going to Venmo you money for a ticket, and then you're going to feel bro obligated to go.
That seems unlikely. All right. We turn to
I will tell you. I will send you that I will send you an email saying it's a new Neil Breen preview screening and trick you into going, and it'll be great.
I'll walk out.
So I didn't watch a lot of the WEF coverage, but I did watch some. And I guess my takeaway from what I did see was ultimately Trump and Bissent basically put the world on notice about America First policies, Greenland, and the collapse of globalist policies across the world. Is that kind of what you took from it, Chad? Or did you watch any of it?
No, I watched especially
They kind of
when
put the hammer down.
I did like that the Gavin Newsom flew all the way over there, and then they're like, "No, we have canceled your speech."
And now
They
he's
canceled
whining
his
that
speech? That's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah, and now he's whining that Trump told them to, and it's like,
Yeah, and they listened.
Good. It's fucking funny.
Like, here's the thing: if everybody in Europe hates Trump and isn't afraid of him, when he says cancel Gavin Newsom's speech, they would tell him to fuck off. You know
right,
what they did?
especially in the den of vipers that is them.
After his speech, he got Greenland and he got them to cancel Newsom's speech. Like, I'm amazed. We are now into his second term. He's been in politics now for over 10 years. That people don't understand, because he wrote a fucking book about it. The Big Ask.
His exact tactic that he'll use every single time.
Every single time.
So, like, he says, "I'll just take Greenland, I'll invade it," all this stuff. And then we're like, he goes to Davos and he's like, "How about we just make a deal where we can, nobody, you guys don't like Russia, you don't like China doing shit up there. Let's find a way to work this out." And now we have permission.
Except for
And this
Canada. Canada's like, no, we really like China. We really like China.
Well, Canada's about to. Well, then Scott Bessent told Canada they can get fucked, and
Right.
and Trump dropped the 100% tariff bomb on them. But here's the thing because there's some people are like, Trump could have had this deal because that's essentially what we already had, which it is not. We had an agreement with Denmark that said we could operate the bases we had with the personnel we had currently without, and the only way we could get expansion would be at the permission of the Danes and this and that and the other. This new deal is going to be with the territory we get from military bases will be U.S. soil. It is U.S. territory. It's like Guantanamo. It's going to be our land for where we build these bases, and we're going to have all sorts of permission to do shit that we didn't have before, and we won't have to go through the Danes to get it. And it was 100% exactly what he wanted, so he could build the Golden Dome, so he could put in the monitoring stations for Russian submarine and Chinese submarine assets in the Arctic. It's everything that we just wanted without having to go through the trouble of taking it. And that's exactly this is what he wanted all along. It's what we've wanted from a strategic standpoint for 50 years. And people
He
are
asked
shocked.
huge, he threatened huge, and they were like,
Then he makes the
okay,
deal.
we'll allow you to do this then. And it's like, okay, thanks. That's where we were going the whole time. What were you going to do to stop us either way?
Send a second dog sled.
Yeah. I love them sending like 15 soldiers and being like, yes, we are going to stop the Americans. Good luck.
It looks like
But
we got
it was never
going to
get there.
that you might want to acknowledge.
The top show sponsor, Copy Kitty, coming through with 5 Brahma Bowl memberships, which went to Release the McCracken, being graced, SFX, Ad Victorium, and Parrothead.
I'm not adding
Thank
them.
you, Copied.
And everyone in chat should be aware that gift memberships are nice to give. You can get your own memberships. Super chats are always welcome. If you super chat $10 or higher, you can ask Mad to use whatever accent you want for him to read your super chat. Just make sure you make it clear, Mad and the accent, and then he'll read it. $10 or higher.
Still, and make sure you thank Copied for your memberships if you're here.
Copied's awesome.
So here was the NATO Secretary General, Mark Rutte, giving part of his speech.
This guy loves Trump so much.
From me will not add anything here. And when it comes to the Arctic, I think President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that these sea lanes are opening up. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic. There are 8 countries bordering on the Arctic. 7 are a member of NATO. That's Finland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, Iceland, Canada and the US. And there's only 1 country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a 9th country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region. So President Trump and other leaders are right. We have to do more there. We have to protect the Arctic against Russian and Chinese influence. And that's exactly what NATO ambassadors decided to do in September. We are working on that, making sure that collectively will we defend the Arctic region.
Yeah. He gets it.
Yep. Not going to disagree.
Yep.
It's just funny to see anybody that isn't Trump or Besant or one of our people saying it, because before going into this, they were all, completely dead set against anything Trump was going to say. And Trump came out of it with basically everything we asked for. And this is the WEF.
Yeah, I know.
Not the
World
WWF
Economic
or the WWE.
Yeah, did you see Larry Fink's
Klaus
speech?
Schwab's baby. What's that?
Did you see Larry Fink's speech?
I did.
Countries with closed borders are going to have a much better economic development time.
Yeah.
Am I doing that here? No.
The countries that have not allowed mass immigration from outside of their borders will probably thrive in the next few years.
Gee, I wonder why. As if nobody else could have figured that fucking shit out. Holy crap.
Strange.
Very strange.
This was one of the weirder WEFs, because we've kept an eye on them for the last few years, comics especially.
Yeah.
But they look completely discombobulated. Like they have no answer for what Trump's doing. And it really is just setting up against their stupid little new world order.
It's fucking beautiful, man. It really is.
While Canada's announcing, hey, now we can officially say we're in the new world order.
Yeah.
Canada's screwed.
Yeah, I think Trump nailed it, and we've talked. I think this is where we have hopefully been of service to the viewers, longtime viewers of the Bullpen, where we've talked about the economics of China vis-a-vis Canada as a dumping ground that uses the USMCA, previous to that NAFTA, to directly get into the U.S. market without any kind of tariffs or
Avoiding
inspections.
country-specific tariffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Trump specifically called that out when he was saying that they're going to get the 100% tariffs for doing this, that they are not going to get to be just a proxy, middleman for Chinese goods to sneak into the U.S. outside of the tariff system. So they can F right off, because now we've got Venezuelan oil, and we're gonna if you were listening to the clips from Scott Bessent and Lutnick this week, they are pretty much telegraphed that as I've been telling the viewers here, the U.S. Mexico Canada trade agreement is getting nuked in the next few months, and they are going to do bilaterals, meaning a trade agreement with Canada separate and a trade agreement from Mexico separate. And the one that is for Mexico is going to get done very quick. You'll notice that Mexico has started going the opposite direction. They have started cutting off Chinese investment. They've started separating from China, specifically because, at least the cartels that run Mexico are smart enough to know that they need to maintain the open shipping lanes into the United States. And so they can they can tell China to go away, because they need to have those arteries going into the US uninterrupted. Whereas Canada, with Carney, who's a globalist of the highest order, post Trudeau, who was a globalist of that same order, can't separate. They can't quit China. They own them. So they're not going to have to do that. And they're going to be destroyed. Like the average Canadian that is not on social welfare after immigrating there is going to just be crushed if they can't have the United States economy to rely on. And this is why Trump has been taking so many steps to reshore manufacturing and supply chains into the United States. So that when Canada tries to play tough and be like, well, we send so many of these car parts and all the rest, then he's going to be like, whatever, we've got 3 alternatives already built. I mean, Stellantis, which is the company that took over Dodge, Chrysler, and all the rest, they decided not to build $1 billion factory in Canada specifically to relocate it into the continental United States, so they didn't have to deal with any of these problems.
Yep.
So
and
this
Pierre,
stuff is all
Pierre
coming.
did come out and make a statement as well. I can't ever pronounce his last name. Polveri.
Oh, he's an ass.
Whatever.
He's like a weak.
But he
little
basically
bitch.
admits what you just said. He said, "We still live next door to the biggest economy and military the world has ever seen. We sell 20 times more to the U.S. than to China. 1 in 10 Canadian jobs relies directly or indirectly on trade with America." So, yeah, everything Chad just said. Also confirmed by the minority. What is he right now? Minority leader in that part? I don't know what their stupid system is.
He'd be the ranking minority leader in the parliament.
He's the most likely conservative to maybe even get a whiff at office, but got sunk last time pretty good. So, but yeah, that was pretty much what came out of the WEF and Davos this year. Didn't hear as much about the amount of prostitution there was. Did anybody else?
No.
Usually we get reports of how many prostitutes that they are shipping in for these events. So, interesting.
Yep.
It's kind of like their pizza thing. Like, you see it.
Yeah.
in-
When the WEF is happening, the prostitute alarm goes off.
Prostitute index.
Can I just be honest? I'm sure, and this is going to sound, crass, but with the cutting off of Russia from this whole system after the war in Ukraine, the quality of high class hooker that's going to the WAF is probably taken a severe drop off because
Downturn.
a lot of them were probably from Russian or Russian affiliated territories.
Yeah, that probably made the
likely.
most sense. Yeah.
But the numbers from Ukraine have skyrocketed. Mainly from their presidential coalition, because there ain't no whore like Zelensky.
Supreme Court, Chad. We had.
Oh yes.
We had at least two that were of interest. Firing Lisa Cook from the Fed and the gun law in Hawaii. Where would you like to start? That's kind of your
gun law in Hawaii we touched on, and we can. So because this law is going down. I would say that at a minimum 6-3. I would actually think that this is going to be one of the surprising ones. Kagan, I think, joins the majority, and this is going to end up being like a 7-2 decision.
During the arguments, it seemed like she was being persuaded a little bit.
There's a famous quote from Scalia before he passed away, where he was basically advocating. He sent like a note along allegedly to Obama, like, if you're going to nominate someone, nominate Kagan, because if I'm going to have disagreements with somebody, I at least like them to be intelligent.
Yes.
And
unlike some of the others that we've seen since.
Yeah. So he actually, I guess respected her legal opinion. Yeah, like her ability to formulate legal thoughts, I guess, should be a better way to do it. He didn't necessarily respect her legal opinions, but she's also as the out of the group of three, Sotomayor, Ketanji Jackson Brown, and and Kagan. Kagan is the one that sometimes when things are so incredibly stupid, she won't just back the liberal establishment. The vampire rule, as it's called, which is what gave rise to this case out of Hawaii. The case is because in Hawaii, after Bruin and the other 2A cases of note, passed a law that said conceal carry holders in Hawaii, like if you went to, because Hawaii already has this crazy process to get a firearms permit. If you go through all those steps and do everything like that, it is assumed, unless you are told otherwise, that you are not allowed to take your firearm into any private home or business establishment, even if they don't tell you or put signage up. It's assumed not allowed until you get clarification and thus are allowed. And that's why it's called the vampire rule, because people who are familiar with old vampire lore,
you must be
vampire can't
be
get
invited.
It has to be a vampire has to be invited into your house to get it. And the questioning was pretty much like eviscerating all of the Hawaii lawyers, with the exception of one justice who was on board on the whole team. So when they submitted briefs to support their contention that this was legal, they have to do it within the framework of Bruin, which states that you must cite historical, from the time of founding, ideally, precedent to justify your anti-Second Amendment law. Anything that prohibits gun ownership or gun carrying, all that kind of stuff, you have to cite back to something in the American historical tradition that would support it. An example of this would be keeping felons from having firearms goes back all the way to like the beginning of the country. Like there's examples of that kind of stuff going, so that was fine. So the Supreme Court is basically signaled that they're never going to have a problem with laws that keep felons from owning firearms. In this case, right, Hawaii cited one specific historic example as their really great case law, and that was the black laws from Louisiana in the 1860s and 70s, which were passed specifically to prohibit former slaves who were now U.S. citizens from owning guns. And there was one justice on the Supreme Court who decided that this was really worth defending, even though Kavanaugh and Gorsuch, like as soon as this example was brought up, just absolutely nailed them to the wall. Like, I can't believe you would utter that out of your mouth as a good, example of why you should be allowed to. And then,
Not
of
only
course,
that, but multiple times they basically said, yes, it was found unconstitutional, which means it was never actually law. I mean, Ketanji was arguing, oh yeah, it could still be law.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't say that it was never law. It's
well,
like,
that's what I was
no,
going to get to. Yeah.
when it's something is found unconstitutional, then it was an unconstitutional law, therefore not a law.
Yeah. So Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, everybody else was like, "Oh, that's such bullshit," and Justice Ketanji's over here like, "Nay, nay." Might I disagree? As a woman of
As
color,
a black
this
woman.
shit was legit. She was like, it could still be, this case, as it's argued, because you can listen to the audio of Supreme Court.
In fact, I've got Alito's
Yeah.
questioning about First Amendment, Second Amendment. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, this will go down in history as the like, she said what? That's going to be the description of this case like 50 years from now in law schools,
Which seems to be the case on almost every case she hears, because she says something or asks a stupid question almost every single time we get any of these audio files on her.
I mean,
It's
this
great.
might go down, this might be better than her in the previous terms where she said, it seems like the Second Amendment really keeps the government from doing the things it wants. We should probably, I don't know if that's good.
I think she said almost the exact same thing about the First Amendment.
Yeah. So but Alito, and then followed up by Roberts, because Roberts picked up on the First Amendment question and kind of carried it further.
Well, let's play that.
Yeah.
Let's play that audio real quick, because it's short. It's only I think a minute long, so we won't full screen it or anything, because it's literally just showing a picture of Alito, but we can hear the audio.
If someone owns a store, or let's say it's a little restaurant, and this person has very strong political opinions and does not want anybody in that restaurant who is wearing attire that is expressing approval of a particular political candidate, that person, the owner of that restaurant, has the right to say, you can't come in, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, could Hawaii enact a statute that says that if you are wearing the attire expressing approval of a particular political candidate, you can't come in unless you get express consent from the owner of the restaurant?
Again, that's a viewpoint discrimination and prohibited.
It's a violation of the First Amendment. We have a violation of the First Amendment and a violation of the right that the court held is protected by the Second Amendment in Bruin, which is the right of law-abiding citizens to carry a firearm for purposes outside of the home, for purposes of self-defense.
All right. Sick 'em, Chad.
I mean, it's there's like the idea that professionally trained attorneys, and I don't think, if you listen to the actual full case, the male that was speaking there knew he had a shit hand.
Yeah, I think he knew he
like
was dead
he
already.
was like he knew, like there was a female lawyer on the other hand, like arguing on the Hawaii side, who was
Hawaii.
Who was a true believer and was really going for it. This dude, on the other hand, was like, yeah, that would be viewpoint discrimination.
You're expecting me to argue something that I don't actually believe is true.
Yeah. And so it's funny when you can hear that, like, which lawyers know they have just like a shit case. And sometimes sometimes it's our side, and it is what it is. But this one is going to be, like I said, I'm predicting 6-3, 7-2 majority, crushing this one from the beginning. The other case, a little more nuanced.
Well, before we go to the other case, I want to know, did you I know it happens all the time at the Supreme Court because the justices will actively participate in their questioning, trying to kind of guide what they're wanting to hear. But there was one portion in this one specifically where Ketanji, it was literally trying to get the lawyer or the attorney to say what Ketanji wanted. I believe
she
it
does
was
it
during
all
the
the
Black
time.
Code portion.
Yeah.
It was literally like the scene in Ghostbusters 2 where Bill Murray is testifying with Lewis trying to ask questions.
Objection,
He's
leading
the whole thing.
Is like leading. Yeah, no, he's leading
Yeah.
his attorney.
He's leading his attorney.
Yeah,
That's all I could
Ketanji,
think of during
if
Ketanji
you-
talking during that whole thing with the Black Code.
I love listening to the Supreme Court hearings, especially they put them up live. You can listen to them live as they're happening.
Yeah.
And she does that.
C-SPAN was carrying a good portion of it. Or
They're
C-SPAN
on
2, I think.
They're on YouTube. There's YouTube channels that just rebroadcast it live for everybody who's watching here.
Yeah.
It's she does that every time. Sotomayor, to a lesser extent, will usually just do that kind of stuff. Kagan is more nuanced. She doesn't usually try to lead them. She's smart enough to try to just ask the question that makes
In a
it
way that
easy.
gets them
That's
to-
so it's super clear. Like, part of the problem is Ketanji can't ask the question clear enough to elicit the answer. If you want now,
Especially when it's batshit insane stuff
Yeah.
like, you should be using the Black Code to do this. This is what I'm telling you. And everybody else is like, don't do that at all.
Yeah. So the other case of note, which I guess we can talk about. Oh, we got it. Well, let's hit the.
Yeah, let's hit
Yes,
Dead Man's real
it's-
quick. For $9.99, Dead Man says, been rewatching X-Files, re-listening to Art Bell, and have listened to Alex Jones over the years off and on. Conspiracy theories have become facts. Holy crap, not everything, but a lot has happened. Yep. And the time between it being a conspiracy theory and then being proven has gone way down.
Yep.
Because it used to take years to prove anything. Now it's like 6 weeks. Sometimes it's a few days, kind of like the story out of Minnesota about the 5-year-old being detained.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fruit of the Loom, talking about how they don't have the cornucopia.
Cornucopia.
Yeah,
The Mandela
yeah, we
effects.
remember.
It's I asked my wife that the other. Mad, you've infected my brain, because we were out at the store shopping, and I was like, the Fruit of the Loom thing, and she looked at me and she's like, the cornucopia. like it was some secret thing where she's been thinking about it but wouldn't say it out loud. And I was like, I know it was there, right? And she's like, yes, it was. So this is like, it's the like we. I think a lot of people are conspiracy theorists, but they won't say it out loud. They don't want to get like, am I in company that won't judge me?
Right.
It's like I do this as someone who works in the belly of the beast in government. You have to do almost like the secret code to like find out if someone is somebody
Right.
you can even make a comment to.
Well, it's like Rasmussen has been saying with the polling. People won't answer, yes, I'm going to vote for Trump quite
Mhm.
often in certain areas. But if you ask the question, who do you think your neighbor is going to vote for? They'll immediately be like, yeah, Trump. They have no problem saying it if they're talking about their neighbor. But they will not say it about themselves. So it's kind of like the conspiracy theorist, I'll believe that my neighbor believes this, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to, because you might think I'm completely insane. But then you find out we're not as insane as everybody once thought everybody
No,
was.
the
on the
Mandela
conspiracy
effect
theories.
Mandela effect's real, bro. We're on a different timeline. Ever since they
Yep.
turned on that Higgs Biden collider thing, man.
The Higgs Biden collider.
Yeah, bro. They turned that shit on, man. They put us on a different timeline. That's facts.
I mean, he's probably not wrong.
Director Brahma.
Roger Brahma.
Director Brahma.
All right. The other case is about Lisa Cook at the Fed, who Trump fired, and they're arguing that he does not have that right.
To understand the setup. The Federal Reserve Act gave set up the independent Federal Reserve and set up the Board of Governors and then obviously the chairman. But it put into it specific language that said the president is allowed to dismiss governors for cause. And this is it's vague, right? What does for cause mean in this context? And that's basically the crux of this whole case. Like, Trump is saying she was exposed as committing mortgage fraud, as we have seen by lots of government officials of various state levels and other. She did it specifically on a second home to get a nice rate. Hers was a little more even worse than big Tish over in New York, because she applied for 2 mortgages within like weeks of each other, both saying that they were primary residences to get and obviously, I'm just going to put it out there, a governor of the fucking Federal Reserve is going to be well aware of the difference in interest rates you're going to get.
Correct.
This is not someone who you can make the argument like, oh, they're a layman, they didn't really understand what was going on. So she has not been criminally charged. She has not been convicted. Trump used this as cause because, under the auspices that someone who is working to set interest rates for the country cannot even have the appearance of impropriety when it comes to interest rates or mortgage fraud, and therefore I am terminating her immediately.
Yep.
So the argument within the Supreme Court really came down to, what does for cause mean? When can the president execute the termination of someone? Because everybody agrees the language is in there. The Lisa Cook's attorneys are arguing that she needed due process in order to meet the for cause, and their version of due process was an actual investigation, having independent people judge that investigation, and then those independent people making the recommendation to the president to act on it. The conservative justices didn't seem very receptive to that, but they also didn't seem to be like what we wanted, to go the full other direction, which is the Federal Reserve is usurping executive function, and therefore under Article 2, the president should be. And
President should have authority over it.
This was the precedent that was set under the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, where they had tried to set that up as an independent agency. And the Supreme Court was having none of that, because that is specifically executive functions. They said that the president gets to hire and fire that person at will, just like every other Article 2 agency. I think if you listen to and we may have clips ready, if you listen to the hearing, this is going to be a very narrowed opinion. I think it ends up being.
I think so too.
I think it ends up being a 7 or 8, maybe even 9-0 decision, in the fact that it's going to be a narrowed opinion about technical functioning, rather than they're not going to give the president carte blanche, but they're also going to let him fire her. But they may come up with some tests and some rules. And so it may say that we're going to let her termination stand, but in the future, this is what we're going to look for cause. We're going to define it, and we're going to add some procedure to it.
The Fed isn't part of the cabinet, dead man.
Nope, they are ostensibly completely independent from either the Congress or the president. They have their own funding.
They basically
mechanisms.
function as a fourth
Yep.
Branch of government.
Yep.
So this is Alito and Gorsuch going to town on Lisa Cook's attorney. So let's bring in the audio.
We have in this particular case is that I think the president was proceeding on the understanding of the statute that's faithfully represented here by the Solicitor General, which is he wasn't acting like a removing authority that was subject to any due process. Because if he were sort of subject to that, he wouldn't have said in his opening tweet, "You must resign."
In his opening tweet, what a fucking weird thing to say in front of the Supreme Court.
Right, but what he's
No,
trying
I
to
know.
argue.
I know. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about the idea that that's being said.
I know.
What's better is the follow-up
The
where he
argument is
changes
hilarious,
to
though.
where he recognizes and goes, "The Truth Social."
Yeah. The argument, though, is hilarious. He's like, well, he doesn't actually think he has the authority to fire her. So, because it's proven, because he asked her to resign 2 days before that. So obviously he doesn't think he has the power to fire her because he asked her to resign.
Spoken like a guy who's never given someone the resign or get fired options.
Exactly. I'll see if I can bump up the volume a little bit.
Fire. So does that mean it has to be a body of disinterested decision makers?
No.
People who are not part of the executive branch and can exercise independent judgment that way? No? Then what does it require?
It requires just what I said: notice, an opportunity to provide evidence, and a decision maker who hasn't prejudged the issue. That decision maker can be the president. I mean, I'm not sure I'd necessarily recommend it as my choice A, but
how can it not be the president? The statute authorizes the president to make the removal decision. How could it be anybody else?
Well, look, I mean, if you believe in the unitary executive theory, then anybody that makes the removal decision is acting on the president's power. I think it would work. I think the way it worked for Taft is the tribunal made a recommendation and then Taft executed.
Right.
So it was the president making the decision.
The president has to make the decision, right? Or delegate it to somebody who he wishes to make that decision,
Yes.
who's reportable to him.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
At will.
At will. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and the president can be the final decision maker, but if he's going to be the final decision maker, and there's a due process right, and I mean that statutory or constitutional, then he needs to be a little bit careful and say these are the allegations. He can't start by prejudging the issue by saying resign.
I thought that one was hilarious, just because it's like, so you are saying that the president has this power. Yeah, I'm saying that. But only if he hires somebody first, has them put in charge, and they say, hey, Mr. President, you should fire him or her. And then he's allowed to do it. I mean, that was essentially what the argument came down to in that clip. He completely concedes that the president has that power.
Which is why I think this is going to end up being a majority opinion written by Roberts. And it's going to be narrowly tailored because he'll want to get as close to a 9-0 majority as he can. And he's going to make it super focused on just the president. Because statutorily, the president clearly has the power to fire people from the Federal Reserve. They're going to try to narrow the scope and give specific steps on that.
Yeah,
but
I just think it's hilarious that their own attorney is arguing, well, he just has to have somebody that's a buffer in between him and them. Even though he can fire that person and hire whoever he wants in that position if they don't say what he wants to hear.
Well, that's why the most of the oral argument was getting into what for cause meant.
Yeah.
Because that's why he was focused on for cause means the president can fire him, but because it's for cause, it requires some kind of due process where Lisa Cook in this case, but any of the Federal Reserve parties would have the opportunity to present evidence for themselves to support it, and there would be some kind of neutral arbitrator of making the judgment. Is that actually functional? Like you said, no, because the president is going to be in charge in the end of appointing whoever is listening.
Ultimately, it stops with him either way. He makes the call.
It'd be like, look, I'm not in charge of. Here's a good example: the NFL, right? The NFL, right? If you get suspended, you appeal to the same guy who suspended you,
right,
to reduce your suspension. Is that person likely to be? No, he's not. But that's that is technically due process, and so that's what they're probably going to lay out. They're probably just going to say the president just has to make, is going to have to just, and they'll take the president at his word. They're just going to have something where the president said, I've given this person, consideration in this, and I'm letting them go. That has to be, and they're going to probably say in this case, the president cited specific reasons in his opinion that there were cause, and so she's fired.
Yep. That's how I expect that one to go. We didn't have any rulings come out.
We had
this
some
week, did
little,
we?
Yeah, we had some little pedantic ones. Nothing.
Yeah.
None of the big ones are there, and they're going on vacation for the next month, so there won't be opinions coming out again until February, the end of February.
Right, because the session ended on the 21st or 22nd.
Yeah, where they were hearing arguments.
Yeah. Okay.
This week was the last day they heard stuff. So they're going to be out till the end of February.
All right.
Which is really pushing that line for being able to use the Voting Rights Act ruling to make some changes.
Yes. Of course, if the SAVE Act would just get passed by Thune and the idiots in the Senate, then you might not have to worry about it. But they are not doing anything. I don't know. Did you pay attention to any of the Jack Smith stuff from last week?
I think it's completely stupid and doesn't matter. We're rehashing stuff from years ago now that we already knew. And honestly, no congressional hearing has ever moved the needle.
I just thought it was hilarious that on like 4 key points, they got him to completely admit that he was just making things up or, lying through his teeth.
Yeah, but I got a story that was actually more interesting, I think.
Okay.
Add that to the scene.
I've already got it.
Yep. We got Barron Trump over here.
Yeah, I saw this.
Saving a life, man. Matt, did you see this story?
No. Oh, yeah, I did. I just thought it was fake.
No, it's true.
Like, I didn't read it. I was like, that sounds fake.
So, Barron Trump...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Barron, you got to give him credit because he's FaceTiming this girl at like 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. So clearly, what's up, right? So, he met her online, obviously. She's from England, I guess.
Correct.
While they're FaceTiming, this girl's ex-boyfriend shows up at her place and starts beating her.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so Barron looks up, I guess.
Who was Barron rooting for?
Not the boyfriend. He looks up the local police, calls them, and tells them about this incident. But this is the transcript, and this is how. This is the biggest thing. This is the indictment of what's going on. Oh, so you see the transcript now?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here, operator. So this is the operator. Like, he's reported this woman's getting beat. He's like, the operator says, "Okay, how do you know her?"
I think that these details matter. She's getting beat up, but okay, fine.
That's
also,
your Barron voice?
Yeah. I don't know what he sounds like.
He's got a deep, like...
Oh, well, then I'll do operator. You do Barron.
All right.
Okay. Wait, they're in London. All right. How do you know her, mate?
I don't think these details matter. She's getting beat up, okay? Fine. I also met her on social media. I don't think that matters.
You knew I can.
She's getting beat up.
Can you stop being rude and actually answer my questions? If I don't, they may be in Welsh now. If you, I can't see it.
Australian.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, like I was saying, if you want to help this person, you'll answer my questions clearly and precisely. Thank you. How do you know her?
I met her on social media.
Okay. Know the partner's name or it is going a little Australian. Who knows where they are in the UK?
It went a little Scottish for a little bit.
Know the partner's name or the person that's beating her up at all?
No.
At all? And they're at home? They're not out in the street?
Correct. She's getting really badly beat up, and the call was about 8 minutes ago. I don't know what could have happened by now.
Okay.
So sorry for being rude.
Wow.
This is like, I mean,
First
Fucking
off, we
nailed
have
it.
to ask: is the person beating her up? Are they brown and Muslim? Well, I'm sorry. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. She's getting culturally enriched. It's fine.
wow,
Right.
that's a interesting way to phrase it.
I mean, it's
Culturally
basically
enriched.
that's basically what would happen.
Matt, should we use that as our new
they're
term on
brown and
MadEPAP?
Muslim? I'm sorry. There's something we could do.
Should we replace casually Brahma with being culturally enriched?
Yes.
I like that.
Well, that's like the. I mean, sadly, I mean, that's basically the joke, right? Is that
Who knew that on this
The roaming gangs?
yeah
on this
cultural
day
enrichment.
in 2026, Barron would have saved Amelia.
Yeah.
Amelia.
She was going to a protest against your people. She's got purple hair.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I mean, talk about taking one for the team right there, because Barron is clearly, he met the girl online via social media. I'm assuming that even if she slid into his DMs, he clearly had to follow her first. She's probably posting some pictures that are nice. I mean, he's to actually go the extra mile, you realize you're gonna be sucked in now to this story coming out, because in the UK all that stuff is public record. Good for him. He was like, I met an e-thought and I saved her.
Yeah.
That should be the new AI generated romance novel. It's like,
I met an e-thought and I saved her.
Saved her. It's like, what? How can we work the name Baron into it? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Mad, we should start doing randomly generated AI novels.
Mm.
But
That's
I
not
mean,
bad.
that's I mean, that's good for him. That it show, Trump's kid never gets enough credit for the fact that his kids have not done stupid shit.
Well, not done as much stupid shit as you might think they might.
I mean,
Yep.
what if they ever? I mean,
Overall, they're pretty good kids.
like, granted,
Of course,
I
half
guess,
those kids are older than us, but
yeah, granted, Don Jr. is like banging chicks left and right, but I mean, he's doing it all openly and through, just like through dating and divorce, just like his dad. So,
yep.
Eric is just popping out babies left and right with
Laura.
With Laura, so good for him. Obviously, we got
Ivanka's doing just fine.
I mean, Jared is flying over the world, bringing world peace to places. So good for him. Which one is it? Because you don't like Tiffany? You think she's unattractive, so you're not giving her credit for being a lawyer?
No, I just think everybody does
you.
some stupid stuff. They just don't do stuff so stupid that they get it put into the media. Like,
I mean,
Hunter.
between our last two presidents, we have a choice of rehab and bringing like banging your dead brother's
widow.
Well, I'm pretty sure this started while he was still alive, by the way.
Probably.
That would seem likely.
To be given the timeline and some of the messaging that came out from the laptop from hell, it looked like it was starting.
That or it was a true Wedding Crashers, Funeral Crashers situation.
He might be onto something, man, because man, that movie that's
Ruby
that was 20 years
Hoove
ago.
comes
that
in
movie.
and gives a membership, and that goes to Thomas Naven. Thank you, Ruby.
Remember, in addition to gifted memberships, if you were really intrigued by Mad's accent work right there on the Baron 999 call, for $10 or higher, you can ask him to read your super chat in any accent, and Mad is the man of 1,000 accents.
As long as it's a New Zealand accent, because actually I have to correct myself. That wasn't Australian. It sounded more New Zealand.
He definitely wants.
They're all the
Welsh in
same.
there.
Yeah.
There was a little bit Irish, a little bit of Scotch. I don't know if there was any actual British.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, there's no way Wedding Crashers would fly in today's Hollywood. Also,
I love that movie.
It's really great realizing that the douche bro in it was Bradley Cooper, because he really seems like he might be like that.
Yeah. Mom, meatloaf.
For any of the people who are tracking the Blake Lively case and seeing some of the messages that came out involving him in that one.
No, I haven't seen anything about Bradley Cooper in that one.
I am knee deep in that thing because all the documents got unsealed in the last week. And everybody's text messages. She's text messaging Matt Damon and his wife. She sends an email to Ben Affleck asking him to watch the edit of the movie that she made, that she's really proud and all this stuff. You know what? Ben Affleck, though, you know what his response was?
It's not your movie.
No response. He didn't even give that bitch a reply. Matt Damon, on the other hand, is like going all like, well, you can make movies with us and Matt Damon. That's why Ben Affleck's the one that you want to hang out with. Because that was his side piece hoe on the town, and he doesn't message her back. He's like, that was a long time ago. That's what broke up his marriage, by the way. Jennifer Garner found out about him banging her 6 Ways from Sunday on
Blake
the
Lively?
town set. Yep.
Really? Blake Lively? Oh.
Yeah. She was there. She
Didn't
does
know
that. She bangs her. She's known for banging people on the sets when she's worked with them. She did that with Ben Affleck on the town. She dated co-stars on Gossip Girl all the time. She definitely was banging Ryan Reynolds on Green Lantern before he was
broke
divorced.
them up, him and Scarlett.
Yep. He broke up Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds. And that's as I know we're going to transition into the crazy bitch that is Candace Owen. When she was talking about the story, her theory was that she was trying to get Baldoni to bang her too, and he was not interested. And that's what really got her mad from at the beginning.
Yeah,
Right.
Probably.
Well,
That makes the most sense.
Before we move into Candace, there was one other thing that I thought that was interesting that came out this week. Trump actually talked about the Maduro raid a little bit and says that the U.S. used secret weapon, which we all heard the reports about this, but apparently the secret weapon that we used is known as the discombobulator. That's what they've named it. So this was the technology apparently that we ended up taking after the Havana situation with the sound-based weapons. But there were a whole bunch of reports from the people in Maduro's security force that they just started vomiting blood, bleeding from the nose. None of the missiles worked. Trump was like, they all ran over to their stations and they were pressing the buttons and all the missiles were aimed at us, but nothing happened.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see? You saw Kick-Ass 2, right?
Yeah.
As soon as Trump started talking about the discombobulator, I just kept thinking of the scene where she brought that thing in and made the girls all vomit or, deuce themselves. It's just like it was a crowd control system DARPA developed, but they determined it was a little too extreme, so we bought it.
The discombobulator. I'm not allowed to talk about it. They never got the rockets off. I'll tell you that. The Chinese and the Russians, they had rockets. They pressed the buttons, nothing worked. But yeah, the Havana syndrome. So
have we
I thought
talked about what's going on?
What's going on?
Wondering, have we gotten to Candace yet? Because I don't know. I haven't seen the latest.
That's next. So yeah, Candace.
Before we hit that, should you hit your super chat you got?
I did not see one. I was looking up at the Candace stuff. TGV Monster for $2 comes in and says, "Hi everybody. Rarely I get to see this stream. Well, glad you're here.
What's up, dude? How you doing?"
And remember, everybody in chat, $10 or more. Mad says anything that you put in there in the accent of your choosing.
You already got my accent.
As long as it's New Zealand, then that's fine.
He can also do the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And someone from the Blood Diamond movie, because that's apparently the best accent work that's ever been put on
It is,
film.
dude. Stop. I don't know why you keep fighting with me. It was so authentic that people thought it wasn't. That's how good it was. It's called the boomerang accent.
This doesn't have anything to do with an Eddie Murphy movie.
TGV Monster gifts a membership. Thank you, TGV. And that went to Buddha Cafe. All right,
so memberships tonight. It's a membership night, so that's good.
Yeah, because Mad's working on the outro, and it's going to change up all the names. So
I'm done. I'm not adding anyone.
We're just never going to update the outro after the initial.
Not this week.
If you were a member before today, you're immortalized. Mad won't put anybody else in. So this one is just being petty and funny, because it has nothing to do with what we're actually going to talk about. But I love that somebody put this supercut together.
But really, it was about the architecture. I want you to understand. Sitting there across from Alex Clark, like, Catholic, no, he just liked the architecture. And I no longer accept him and Erica. And he liked the smells and the bells. He loved the architecture, but there was no more substance for him. It'd be like, yeah, no, like he loved the architecture of things, but beyond that, nothing was happening.
The fuck is she talking about?
This may have been about more than the architecture. The architecture.
By the fact that she can't say architecture.
Yes. And the fact that she must be such a raging bitch that none of her staff wants to correct her on how to say the word architecture. Every time it's architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it's just being petty and funny. But I thought it's hilarious that she can't say the word architecture and nobody will correct her, apparently. So what we've got with Candace this week. Turns out she's been under an NDA and non-disparagement clause with TPUSA this whole time.
And she's been violating it this whole time?
Nonstop. And they sent her a cease and desist letter this week. So we'll just watch a few short clips of her because we don't want to really torture Chad all that much. But then Chad can maybe bring in his non-attorney legal advice for her or something. So this is...
she needs to start hanging out with Steve is what she needs to do.
Yeah. True.
This Turning Point USA, a cease and desist. Naturally, to give them credit, we've had a contract to speak going back to 2019, 2020, and there is standard NDA agreements. You're not going to disparage me. You're not going to defame me. I believe that people within that company betrayed Charlie. I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. I'm going to wait for the financial report to come out. And I got question marks about a couple of people over at Turning Point USA. I think it's about to all get exposed. I think it was a bad idea to kill Charlie Kirk. What if what you're doing...
Hold on. Yeah, I was going to say that is so courageous of her to say that. Geez, Candace is the worst.
That is the...
She's retarded.
That is the... I do not care for Nazis. I've never been a fan of Hitler. Don't like the guy. You know what I mean? That's about as strong of a stance that she just took.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like coming out and be like, I don't think pineapple should be on pizza.
That's true.
No one
does. Yeah, exactly. All hail me
Communist.
for my bold and daring opinion.
Truth is capable of destroying your company. Then does your company deserve to exist? The way to honor him is to give money. I don't know. There's just something really sick and demonic about the entire
The way
thing.
to honor
I want
him is to
more
help fund the
of all of you. We're
organization
not
he
just gonna
founded so the
keep
legacy
on
can
going.
continue. How fucking crass of them.
Yes. Meanwhile, what is Candace doing? Making hundreds of thousands a month off of it.
And jump into a succession plan. My plan was to
On
assassinate
the other hand,
Charlie
I've heard that Candace is trying to turn around her business. She's going to bring in Jeremy Boring because she feels like he's the executive she needs to really make the right choices for what she should be doing.
He doesn't run companies well, but the Pendragon cycle has been pretty good so far.
It's 2 episodes.
Uh-huh.
And I have no
hence the
interest.
so far.
And it has not moved any needles. No one cares. It's gonna be forgotten.
So, doesn't mean it can't be a good show.
Who had at long last faltered on the pro-Israel cause, and then to stage a hostile takeover of his brand and of his legacy. Turning Point USA, very organization that just had its leader assassinated. Obviously, for this to have been pulled off, there had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen. They are, broadly speaking, making the allegation here that my investigation into who killed Charlie Kirk is naturally disparaging. When I tweeted that it was a godforsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the retrospect.
That was aggressive. So, yeah. I think Candace is cooked. But I love the whole take of, I think it's in the next clip, the whole take of, really, this is what we're doing now? Cease and desist letters? That's so 1980s.
I'm so rich. We are so rich. We can buy whatever we want. And so now we're just going to buy you and we're going to make people like us because we can afford it. We can buy social standing. Erica, chairman, CEO. Erica, my girl. Heavy is the head that wears the crown after its rightful owner was deposed. Am I right? Am I right?
So that's not the cease and desist one. That's just her calling out Erica yet again. Here's the cease and desist, and this is the last clip.
But this Turning Point USA, a cease and desist. Is that what we're doing? Is this the chapter that we are on? We're turning the chapter here to lawfare. This is what's left. You want us to believe this is Charlie's legacy? In the future, Turning Point USA is going to be thought of as the girl that peaked in high school, you know? Free market capitalism, open debate, prove me wrong. Now it's suddenly shut up and serve the new queen. That's what they want, right? So just to recap, our cultural cardinal rule number 1 is that it's gay to send a legal letter. It's very gay. You shouldn't do it, especially if you just pick up the phone and call someone.
Pause.
Oh my God.
In my non-attorney opinion, the legal defense of Your Honor, the cease and desist lawyer was gay, is not going to be an accepted legal defense unless it goes all the way to the Supreme Court, and then Ketanji will support this argument. But that's the only one.
I like especially in a time when you can just pick up a phone and call someone, or have a 4-hour meeting with them in person and they tell you knock it off, and you decide, nope. We're going to keep going hard.
This sounds like I just picture appellate courts are usually 3 judges, right? They have the 3 judges come up there, go into the Court of Appeals, and then, all right, they summarize the case, and then counselor, what is your defense? What is your argument? It's gay.
No, it's the courtroom scene in Idiocracy. Well, he talks like a gay and he sounds like a gay, so yeah, I think you should find him guilty. His shit's all busted, man.
People are one. The vibe that sending out legal letter gives the internet in this day and age, it's changed. The vibes are changing. Is my daddy is so rich he can buy the world.
I know we've said it 1,000 times, but she's lost her damn mind. And to knowingly have been saying all of this while knowing that she admitted, yes, I'm under an NDA and non-disparagement. And it lasts for another year because I believe everything was terminated in December, and the NDA non-disparagement goes for 1 year from that time is what I believe I have heard from multiple lawyers on the contract that they were using. So she's just continuously doing it.
So without seeing the NDA, I don't know what she's doing would violate any standard NDA's disparagement clauses. The term,
which she said ultimately she was under like a boilerplate NDA, which would be a standard NDA.
yeah, which so yeah,
And
so
I think they would probably have a little bit more than just a boilerplate. I mean, they were a large company that dealt with a lot
no,
of
I
voices.
mean, no, they wouldn't bother. I mean, because but here's the thing: boilerplate NDA line, NDAs are about the most common things in business and I mean, you don't need anything but the boilerplate language, because
Sure.
you don't want to be specific. You don't want to say they can't say this, this, or this, because it opens up. Well, I'll say X, Y. Then you do standard language where you can't say something disparaging about it, because what is disparaging? All sorts of things can be viewed as disparaging if I want to make a legal case out of it, right? You use the boilerplate language to give yourself the maximum legal capability of shutting somebody down. The fact that TPUSA showed the restraint they did for as long as they did before they were like, shut the fuck up, is a sign of infinite patience. Is what I just don't know. Normally, yeah, NDAs have specific terms.
It feels like they waited and then they had the meeting specifically so the lawyers could build a case and say, yes, you were told to stop and you've continued. So now we're actually going through with everything. So don't know.
Yeah. What we don't know so if it's just a standard boilerplate NDA, she's been effed on that there's no getting around the stuff that she's been saying being a violation of it. It's just
she wasn't skirting. She wasn't skirting very well. She was flat out stating things multiple times.
Most people try to get around NDA. There's a couple ways you can get around NDAs legally. One, no NDA can preclude someone from saying something in a criminal case or civil case, like court subpoenas. Well, you're not violating your NDA if you get subpoenaed and have to provide testimony. So any criminal or civil case would allow you to say whatever could be viewed as disparaging or whatever was blocked by the NDA. This is clearly not that situation. The other one where you can get away with usually violating an NDA is if you are in such a better PR position that the company that is trying to shut down you talking will be just destroyed by doing it. An example that would be, say,
it goes too far.
Yeah, the Me Too movement, right? There were lots of women who were victims, allegedly, who took settlements and signed NDAs, and then they would go, oh, there's an echo?
Yeah, there is an echo.
A little bit.
I was just waiting for you to finish your point.
If you've got victims and they go out and they do like a press conference and decide to just give their statement, if they're giving it against somebody like, say, Harvey Weinstein, who is viewed as a terrible human being, there'd be no, going to enforce that NDA just makes them look worse. So they're not going to take the PR hit of trying to shut it down. The genie's out of the bottle. In this case, none of that applies. Candace is effed. She's that F around find out meme is perfectly valid because TPUSA has no reason to think that they are going to lose the PR battle against Candace Owens' crazy fan base that believes everything she says. We're never gonna somehow turn around and be like TPUSA fans at this point. So who are they losing? Not anybody rational. So what
I'd say at this point, she doesn't even have the same audience that she had 2 years ago. I think she's completely cycled her audience to wine moms.
Yeah, which is
true crime.
Well, that's why that's why she covered the Blake Lively case. That's why she's doing a lot of that stuff. Hopefully
that's why her audience is also not a conservative audience anymore. It is a completely different audience than what she had.
She was never conservative anyway.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
Now the question is, she's going to have legal fronts that are very bad for her, possibly now on two fronts, because say what you will about the Macron case, her defense against it is not very good because
You think?
She's
doubled down multiple times.
She continues to double down. So, which, the whole thing about just being a good faith reporter reporting on other facts that you are given starts going out the window. Specifically,
like Mr. Lamont.
In that case, as soon as she was given she keeps saying letters are gay, right? Legal letters are gay. She was sent a legal letter from the Macron group basically saying she's not a dude. You need to stop saying she's a dude. We've already addressed
We've given
this.
you proof.
So,
and she basically said, well, it's not the proof that I asked for.
Well, so this is the part where, from a legal standpoint, she's going to have to prove to a jury that she was somehow entitled to more proof than what she was given to avoid the question of, malice with what she was saying as disparagement, defamation against.
And the way Candace talks, it's crazy stuff. Like, she thinks she should be given access to all of the Turning Point USA's employees' chat logs. She thinks she should get it. Not that law enforcement should be allowed to look through it. She should personally get it. With Macron, I'm sure she thinks that she should get to physically inspect Macron's genitalia. That's kind of how she speaks about everything. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I think she's cooked. It'll just be how soon. So we're at the 2 hour and 15-minute mark. Does anybody need to go? We've got like 2 videos of some offals and then one little like social video. None of them are all that long, but
I'll hang out for the 2 videos of the offals because I want to see what they are.
All right. Well, one of them is Hope Walls, Tim Wall's daughter, and the other is Jennifer Welch, our favorite new podcaster.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So let me grab those real quick, and we'll watch those.
Is she advocating for murder again?
No, this time it's just all Christians, white Christians specifically, are a cancer on society.
Okay. Whatever.
So let me bring this up. Because I know Comix specifically loves offals.
I do. They are the best. And they're so easy to make fun of.
All right, we'll start with Welch.
So when you think about the Erica Kirks, the Life Church, the Joel Osteen of it all, and their desire to accumulate wealth.
Okay, Joel Osteen is a piece of shit.
We're getting an echo again, too.
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of curious.
I'm not sure where it's generating from.
I have no idea. But okay, like I said, to be fair, Joel Osteen is a piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
Yes, he is. Most Christians would tell you the same.
Yeah.
All right.
While hoodwinking their flock into thinking they're super moral. This is a cancer. White evangelical Christianity is a cancer. These are the worst of our country. These are the worst people in our country because they use their religion in 2 ways, as a weapon and as a shield. They weaponize it whenever they want to and say, we're on the moral high ground. You're a lesbian. You deserve to die.
Pause it.
You're a lesbian. The cops shouldn't have.
You literally could say the exact same thing about the American left right now as well.
I don't think anybody has said because she was a lesbian, she deserved to die.
No, most of us just point out that if they went to other countries where they're celebrating, that lesbian may not
she
be
referring
alive.
to good? Yeah, no one's saying that she deserved to die because she's a lesbian. That's retarded.
Well, I'm definitely not going to say it now.
The reason she was shot and fatally was because she drove over a goddamn ICE agent with her minivan while trying to.
Or Honda Pilot. It's not a minivan, but yeah, get the point.
Honda Pilot is a minivan.
No, it's not. It's an SUV.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's an SUV.
No, it's an SUV.
Whatever. All right, I'm sorry.
I think the Odyssey is
facts.
I think the Odyssey is the van.
I'm sorry. I knew I was trying to keep out of my head from saying a Subaru because that's what I would assume
I don't.
she would have been driving. I mean, we all thought it.
True,
course.
but let's
Thought
get
it
these
was a
people off the
Subaru.
screen.
Revived you. Oh, your parents are Mexicans and they brought you over here? Yeah, you should go to jail and eat worm food.
What?
And then when you call them
Is she
out on
talking
it,
about the World
hold
Economic
on.
Forum?
I know,
That's the
right?
one-
You don't know what worm food is, dummy. That's people.
It's Soylent Green.
Yeah.
It's the spice.
What the fuck is she even talking about? This is retarded.
She's the #1 podcaster on the left right now, I think.
oh
Yeah,
my
'cause-
God, they're after the Christians. How dare they? How dare they? We're so oppressed. White Christians are so oppressed in this country. And they want it both ways because in the religion, that duplicity is taught.
Can you pause it?
You
for
can
me?
Sure.
The absolute fucking gall to be trying to call out like the Christian population of the U.S. as being like shrouding themselves in victimhood.
Yeah.
Against the left.
Right.
Yep.
Like when the entire grievance politics of the left is all based on like a hierarchy of victimhood.
The intersectionality. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Like
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, the biggest problem with the Christian movements within the United States is fucking left-wing infiltration
Yeah.
of the church hierarchies.
And the unwillingness to actually be involved in the political world in any way, because most churches seem to think, well, that's not our place. Our place is to guide
You know
our
who
flock.
has no
That's it.
problem being involved in the political process at all is the AME network and a lot of the Southern Black, like church groups. I mean,
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is this woman married?
I highly doubt it.
Maybe to a plastic surgeon.
Yeah, I mean,
A mediocre plastic surgeon.
I just like that. I think we've watched.
You don't know
probably
what
20
she
clips.
looked like before.
We've watched probably 20 clips from these chicks,
Fair.
and the other chick never says anything. Like it's a podcast of just Jennifer Welch with somebody that'll just be like,
That looks like
Yeah, I
is
mean,
that
isn't-
Maria Harf?
I was gonna say, is that
the
even a
State
woman?
Department?
It kind of looks like a. could
you
be a
never
dude.
know these days.
Yeah.
All right, a few more seconds on this.
be morally duplicitous. You thrive in cognitive dissonance. And so this is just a massive, massive problem. And it should come as no surprise to anyone that of this cult that I'm talking about, white evangelicals, I think over 80% went and voted triple trumped. So when you think about
Triple
She's
Trump.
so fucking retarded.
Yes.
I'm guessing triple Trump because Trump ran 3 times.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That explains that phrase.
No, I mean, that one actually makes sense. But
Yeah.
okay, first off, this is the exact same lady that said that Democrats, if you don't get in line, you'll get the bullet too. Just throwing that out there. I'm sure she goes through batteries, like it's nobody's business at this point. She seems like a very miserable cunt, in my opinion.
Yes.
No.
And she keeps getting brought on to MS Now and CNN and different panels. It's
Please do,
hilarious.
because people need to see how fucking delusional she is.
Yeah. So the other awful we've got this week is Hope Walls talking about Minnesota.
I'm surprised that place is not on fire yet. I
It's
really
because
am.
of the weather.
Yeah, it's too cold.
It's too cold to start
And-
fires.
And it was
Things
a white
don't burn
woman.
down in winter, guys. Come on.
So far, it's been white people that have been killed. So
but still,
I don't even want a full screener. We'll just listen to it.
I have gotten a lot of people asking why I think Trump is targeting Minnesota. And one of the big reasons is because Minnesota's never
retarded.
wrong. We are the
Minnesota's never wrong.
oh yeah, totally never wrong. Yeah,
Oh, wait till you hear the points that back this up.
only state that never voted for Ronald Reagan. And that is something that I think many Minnesotans, including me, are proud of. If you know me, you know that I have major beef with Ronald Reagan. He is like the root. Well,
He's not
Nothing's-
alive anymore, bro.
She got beef with Ronald Reagan. I feel
Yeah.
like he might have passed away. How
Yeah,
old
this
is
not
guy?
fair.
I
He
don't
can't
even think
defend
he was
himself.
alive when he
Yeah,
died.
I think she might have been born after he died.
I got
Correct.
you know who I
I
got
would-
beef with? Julius Caesar. I just don't like him, bro. I got real beef with him. Wait till
Yeah,
I
what
see him
about,
in the
what about
street.
those pharaohs, man? Those guys are assholes.
You know who I got beef with is Garfield, man. He did our boy Pierre wrong, man. He got elected.
Garfield, he did our boy Odie wrong. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Also,
never let him
no.
have any lasagna.
That's a.
You know who I got beef with? Lucifer.
It's because he doesn't call
Morning
anymore,
Star?
man. That's why. Did he
Cover the
lose?
root, the root
I was
is-
trying to
lose
go
the
back
rep
as
for
far
one
as
night hookup?
possible.
Goddamn serpent. Matt's like, you know how I got beat with? Eve. She
Yeah,
fucked everything
true.
up, man.
That one seems more
That one's
likely
real.
for Mad.
Hey, you
Right.
got
Like all of the
paradise.
things-
You got everything you ever wanted.
You got to
Yeah,
rewind it
but
back a
it's
little
not
bit,
enough.
Brian.
Yeah, but I want some more. One more what? You got everything. Well, there's that apple. The one thing we're not supposed to have.
All right.
It's just where I say, well, actually, it was never actually an apple.
Well, of course, everybody
What
knows what
was
was an actual apple. It's undetermined. It's just referred to as a fruit.
Don't call it about comics being gay.
All right.
Nothing's ever the root. The root is like all of the things long hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But a lot of the issues we see today started with that man in Minnesota never voted for him. And we are the only state that never voted for him. And I think many of us would stand by that. And I think that's one of the
Elections have
reasons that we
consequences.
see Trump targeting Minnesota. We're never wrong. We are always on the right side of history. And we're going to stand up for our people and our place and our wonderful state
Pause
and
it
the
real
wonderful
quick.
community.
Minnesota never wrong. I'm just gonna say one name. JJ McCarthy.
How do you like that pause?
Oh, nose ring.
I mean,
I
how many Super Bowls has Minnesota won, Med? Same as the Bills.
Yeah, it's okay.
Zero.
All I gotta say is, bitch, retarded. Bitch,
Yep.
retarded. You look retarded.
I don't have the clip. I had it a few weeks ago. We didn't play it, but she was asked about all the Somalian fraud, and she responded with, "I don't really pay attention to it because it's giving off very anti-vax vibes."
What? Holy
That's what
shit!
that was her statement on the
Oh my
Somalian fraud.
god! Could you be more fucking retarded?
Yes, you could be her father.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
All right,
I
there's
think
only
the reason why Trump is targeting Minnesota is because we're never wrong.
yes, we've always been on the
except-
right side of history.
Yeah, totally.
There's 10 more seconds.
Communities within our state, and we're not going to back down. And history is going to look kindly upon the state of
No,
Minnesota
it's
for
not.
that.
It is not.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons Minnesota's never wrong.
She's insane.
She's dumb.
I mean, her dad's probably going to have major investigations in the next few weeks and months. He's already had to not run for re-election because of the reporting out of Minnesota for the Somalian fraud, and he thinks that the National Guard is going to fight on his side against the federal government.
I mean, so far they've been protecting ICE, so I don't know, man. Could be the case.
Yeah. So there's our awfuls for the week. Comics, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, I do. I gotta go. I gotta
All
go
right.
to bed because I gotta get up at 7:30 for work, which is a lot of fun. Let me tell you. But yeah, thanks for having me on. As always, it's been a lot of fun. And dude, this whole Minnesota thing, man, I can't believe we're at this point in time in history. I really can't. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. And maybe this is not the worst point in time in American history, but I kind of feel like this is the beginning of the end. I really do.
Well,
And
you
I
know,
think
the
it has a
beginning is
lot to
the
do with
ending.
awfuls.
You know, the beginning is the ending is the beginning is the ending.
Smashing
okay.
Pumpkins.
Stop. Just stop.
That Batman and Robin soundtrack slapped. I don't care what anybody says.
Just stop.
And then the beginning is the end is the beginning was the song used for the Watchmen's trailer.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
That
I think
was,
it was.
yeah, that's the slowed down version of it that they did.
But yeah,
There's one that's
it's
full speed and one that's slowed down really, like half.
we are definitely in a very strange place in our country right now. It's pretty fucking bizarre. I would like to get to a sense of normalcy again, which I don't think we'll ever see, sadly. Yeah, it's weird. All I gotta say is stay safe. Make smart decisions. Be careful, folks. Buy a gun, buy some ammo, learn how to shoot to protect yourself just in case. You never can tell when these fucking psychos will come to your town. I mean, just look at the fact that they literally went into a church and, as was pointed out, tried to hold people hostage and not let them see their kids that were in the basement. That's fucking insane. Yeah.
And they should all be charged with kidnapping in that case too.
Yeah, they should be. Anyway, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's all I can say at this point.
Stay warm.
Yeah, stay warm. Hopefully the snow. We will not be having Snowpocalypse 2.0. So far, knock on wood, the power stayed on.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, and hopefully we learned our lesson from 2021.
I got Pop-Tarts just in case it goes out.
Always a
I'm
smart
ready.
idea. We should get some
call.
peanut butter and some bread too.
I got that too.
All right, Comix. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Everybody go check out Comix' show tomorrow night at, what is it, 9 Central?
9 Central. 9 p.m.
'cause it's
Central.
8 Mountain. I have to convert every show except for mine.
Yep. Kind of makes sense. Anyway, night, folks. See you.
All right.
See you, brother.
Night.
Later.
Mad, you good for a bit?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right.
I'm on my last
So,
leg.
let's run the credits and then we'll go to post-credits time.
I didn't
We're already
upload
at
them. You never
2.5.
answered me where to upload it.
It'll have to be something we've got to do next week because I don't know how to get it all done while we're on the fly.
I can't do a ton of post credits this week because I'm burnt out.
No, we're
from
definitely
shoveling
not
and I
going
gotta-
5 hours again. So
No.
it'll only be like 30, 40 minutes at most. Probably to the top of the hour. Here's the credits.
Mine
which
are
we
so
will
much better.
definitely talk over.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I've
forward
never
to
actually
seeing
heard
that.
the song that you have here.
If only Matt had been given the right place to load things.
Yep. I got them done.
I made him a collaborator.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me how to upload it. John Wayne, I didn't see that on my list.
This is last week's list. I
That's
think.
quite the get, though. By the way,
I didn't see
I know.
Punk Waddle on mine. I didn't see a lot of these people on mine.
I think we got a few last week. I just didn't. Well, no. Some may have just dropped off. I don't know. Because I did give you the most up-to-date list. Because I went and pulled it for you.
Tina Guzman's being taken off my list. You see, she like pineapple on her pizza.
Yeah, it's crazy talk. All right, blue screen. We're back. Unmute the live preview.
You know what pisses me off about the Patriots?
the
Is that
absolute weak schedule and cakewalk playoffs.
it's not just that, but they're already back in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I saw something. I was about to send it to you on X.
I was about to
Someone had
send
a
you a couple
post.
things.
It was, Robert Kraft is now going to his 11th Super Bowl since he bought the team.
Oh boy.
And he bought the Patriots like a couple years before Jerry Jones' last Super Bowl appearance. So he's been to 11 since Jerry Jones's last one.
Yeah. We all can do math.
Now
Read what out, Toback? I don't know what he's asking us to read.
Oh.
Read the credits.
The
Just
list of
read them
everybody?
out, Brahma. The credits.
Well, it's too late.
Yeah, and Mad's doing a whole new outro.
Matt did a whole new outro.
Yeah, Mad did a whole new outro. All right. We'll do one social issue and then whatever we talk about afterwards. So This is
the Giants winning the Super Bowl next year with our great new coaching
Shit.
staff.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
We got
That's
two
not
teams that
happening.
didn't even make the playoffs that are in the Super Bowl this year. The Giants are teed up wonderfully.
They're not teed up though.
This one would have been in the awfuls, except she's
Harbaugh's not
starting
the-
to understand. Harbaugh's not what?
He's not the savior y'all think he is.
That's what they said about Coughlin.
And he had a Manning.
Ugh,
Not even the
worst
good one.
Manning. Yeah, the worst Manning.
Yeah, not even Cooper.
Yeah,
bullshit. He's going to be a Hall of Fame.
Shit.
soon.
Here we go.
What I find really fucking comical, me and all my liberal friends want to be traditional housewives. Well, not all of us, but most of us. But the problem is we don't like Republican men because they
Not
don't
with that
have the
hair.
same sense of justice and morality that we do, because we care for every human being. And the liberal men don't believe
Not
in
babies.
exploiting themselves for labor, so like we have to have
And the snoring is in the video.
an equal household, because the only ones that bust their ass and make enough money to support a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, are the Republican men, because they will exploit the shit out of themselves for money. Then they're miserable and burn out and take it out on everyone around them and refuse to take meds. So it's like, I'd rather be alone.
We all want to be traditional wives.
See,
but we
Eric.
can't because
Eric even thinks that the Giants are going to suck so bad they're going to have a chance to draft Arx Manning.
Jackson Dart is awesome. His stat line this year was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Man,
soul assassin.
you about
Democrat
to wake me
in the
up.
streets, conservative in the sheets.
If Dak had done that his rookie year, you would have been over the moon. He would have got an $80 million a year
Look at what
contract
Dak
from
did in
Jerry.
his rookie year. You want to compare numbers?
How many playoff games did he win? Same as Jackson Dart.
Wait, his rookie year?
Pretty sure they didn't win any playoff games his rookie year.
Eric, who said
is that-
anything about
is that the year we
drafting to
lost
get
the
Arch Manning?
Who said anything about draft? Arch Manning is going to make his money, more money. The NIL man is out of fucking control.
Yes.
Did you see the stuff with Debo over in with Clemson? They signed a dude.
Oh, yeah.
A linebacker to $1 million a year.
What's your
He
quarterback's
comes in-
name?
Jackson Dart. He comes into $1 million a year in college in South Carolina. He transfers over there. They start him in classes. This is in January. Ole Miss comes hard for this guy after he signed the contract. They tell him he signed the contract and all this stuff. Ole Miss just sends, "What's your buyout? We'll just pay it, and then we'll give
Right.
you $2 million a year." And so the guy's like, he's going to the coaching staff and saying, "Well, I do want to stay here, so I'm going to just stay here." But his agent calls them up and was like, he would like, since he's going to stay, he'd like consideration
To renegotiate?
to have the extra $2 million, have it go up to $2 million a year, or we're leaving. It's like, well, that's not exactly saying you're going to stay.
Did you see the
real quick. Passing yards, 3,667. That's Dak. To 2,272. That's Dart. Touchdowns, 23 to 15. Dak. Interceptions, 4 to 5. Oop,
Wait,
yo-
are you talking about throwing touchdowns? Do his total touchdowns. Because I believe
okay.
Dart
All right.
had-
You wanna do
he had-
total?
He did a lot of rushing touchdowns this year.
Chad, did you see the quarterback when they were interviewing him, and they're like, "So what's it like on campus going into the playoffs and getting down here to the end?" I can't remember exactly which team it was, so I'm not sure I think it was Clemson, but He's like, yeah, I don't do classes. I actually graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah, and they still have eligibility. It's the craziest.
Yeah,
thing.
he's got like 2 years of eligibility, maybe 3 after he's already graduated from another college. It's not even this college that he graduated from.
Yep.
And he's still playing football. He's like, I'm actually married, have 27 kids, 35 years old, but I mean, they're paying pretty good in college. Night copy.
29 to 24 total.
Yeah, and games played.
Oh my God.
Bro,
he did not have the same season as
I'm
because
telling you that for a pure rookie coming and doing that.
Dak was a pure rookie, and he wasn't some first round draft pick either.
Did he win a playoff game?
He played in the playoff game, unlike Dak. He threw for over 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in that playoff game.
But so they must have won that game, right?
No, it's because fucking what's his name? Got it, Green Bay piece of shit.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, him.
So what
you guys already board copied Kitty away for the evening.
Oh, I was going to say, just to reiterate, my point was he won the same number of.
No, that wasn't your point. No bullshit. You gaslighting, field goal post moving motherfucker. That is not how it started. You got me going. I'm waking up. That is not what you said. You said he had a better year.
I said he had a fantastic year.
No.
And he did.
I'm not doing this.
Why are you getting so mad?
Chad, the other Candace Owens.
I don't have an NDA. Oh, all right. We've got.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it.
I'll help you feel better, Mad. I've got some, sports bad take tweet posts from X that you'll enjoy. Here you go. Check this one out. This was from the Atlanta Falcons last year. We have interviewed Mike Vrabel for a head coach opening. And then we have interviewed Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald for a head coach opening. And they went with Raheem Morris.
Oh, wait, I thought he was the Falcons head coach at one point.
No, that was last year. This was... They decided instead of Mike Vrabel and Mike McDonald, they decided Raheem Morris was going to get them over.
Well, I had to look it up. Did it turn out okay for them?
He's gone. You know this. So there's that one. This one is good. This is from March of 25. With Adam Schefter reporting Geno Smith being traded to the Raiders for a 3rd round pick, and Mina Kimes, ESPN reporter, flat out, this is a terrible move by Seattle. Chances of upgrading are extremely low. So they were in the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, who was playing lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when you want to just find some stupid AI video on YouTube, you can't. People wanted us to go over Mandela effects earlier when we were talking about it, but now
This is real. What do you want to go over? They're all real.
Just examples of them.
I got a whole list. Are you kidding me?
Go for it.
I don't have the list up yet. You want to just vape?
You want some silly AI videos? I got a good one.
No, I hate those.
On Mandela effects?
No, just someone putting in Elvis into
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men.
I was looking through my
Did you
notes.
order the code red?
You gotta calm yourself, son.
I'm calm as a Sunday morning. I just want the truth.
Macho Man.
Truth? You can't handle the truth, brother. Because when it gets out there in the ring of life, it stands toe to toe with fear and snaps into it. I ordered it. Yeah.
Colonel, did you order the...
This is why data centers keep getting built.
I was trying to find all of my examples, and I looked up Mandela, and the note I found was Mandela effect. That's all it said.
I know the famous ones are the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom,
the Berenstain Bears,
the Bears, and then there's obviously the
Mr.
Sinbad.
Monopoly Man's monocle.
I'm looking for mine.
Sinbad.
There's the Forrest Gump one.
Sinbad in
What's the
Shazam,
Forrest
or
Gump one?
Shazam?
Jenny being a good person?
No, it's about the box of chocolates.
Box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Mama says life is like a
No,
box of
Mama
chocolates.
says life was like a box of chocolates.
Yep. Luke, I am your father.
Yep.
He never said that.
No, he did.
No, he didn't. Obi-Wan never told you about what happened to your father. He told me enough. No, I am your father.
Yes, we know that's what it says, but everybody quotes it as Luke, I am your father.
Yep.
Always.
And forever.
Sam Darnold hadn't won a big game. He went from Minnesota to the 49ers, sat behind Purdy, became the QB of the Seahawks. No, he went from the 49ers to Minnesota, where he went 14-3. And then he left because they decided JJ McCarthy was better than him, and he went to Seattle, where they promptly went 14-3, are in the Super Bowl. So what happened is he went and played. He went to the 49ers, where he got rehabbed as a quarterback under
Oh, okay, I got him.
Shanahan. So you got your Mandela effects.
Yeah. Wait, I don't have the answers. I just have the questions. Where are the answers?
You just have the trivia, but no answer key?
Yeah.
Just go through them, and we'll see.
Okay. What is the famous line in Field of Dreams that is said to Kevin Costner?
If you build it, they will come.
Wait, what'd you say? Y'all
If
said
you
it at the same
build
time.
it, he will come.
And I said they.
See, Chad's on that bullshit timeline. You're on the right one, though, Brahma.
No, it was
Yeah.
always he, because it was his dad.
What am I sipping, Bungalow? Tejava black tea.
Trying to find the
Nothing exciting.
Get more questions.
By the way, all the proceeds from Super Chat and memberships go directly to getting a conservative influence or more alcohol.
Oh, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's a beautiful day.
In the neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
One of those is correct.
Well, damn it.
Chat, participate. Tell us what you guys think each one of them is.
I'm still looking for the answers.
Because
Well,
the one that Chad says is probably the wrong one. In every case.
No, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, no, that's what it is
You're
now.
in the
No one's-
wrong timeline.
Yeah, you're in the wrong timeline.
No, I'm in the right timeline. That's
no.
where it's always been. Nobody heard "They Will Come." It was always
Everyone
"He
heard it
Will Come."
on our timeline.
No, in chat.
Don't be
in Field
jelly.
of Dreams, did anybody hear "If you build it, they will come" instead of "He will come"?
Yes. I mean, they can't audibly answer you.
I'm looking. I'm
Bungalow
giving
says
time.
they.
I don't trust his answer.
So you ask for Chad.
I asked for chat to answer the right way, and then I will agree with it. I'm very much Trump that way.
The
Clay
popular
says they.
Yeah, the popular peanut butter brand that starts with a J.
Jif.
Jiffy.
Jif. Choosy moms choose Jif.
Jiffy.
Jiffy
What about the
Pop. Jiffy is a
Mikey
popcorn.
from the cereal commercial?
Give it to Mikey. He'll eat it.
Hey, Mikey. He likes it.
Oh, what does the evil queen say to the mirror in the Disney movie Snow White?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Ah, see, you dip
But
in and out
you're-
of the right timeline because it's
Yeah,
actually
'cause it's
magic mirror.
mirror on the wall.
Ah, apparently.
Oh.
I'm
Chad
of two
admits
times.
to not being infallible?
Well, no, now I have been told I exist on multiple timelines. I am a... Wait, how old is Lil Chad? I am middle-aged.
Middle aged.
That is a nondescript answer for you. I am post Gen X, but pre bitchy millennial.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Wait, how can that be? You had to be one or the other.
No, because we have a micro generation.
Here, I found a quiz we can do. As a group. We're not just taking Chad's answers.
For the Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Begin. All right, I can't see
Gonna
it.
try to embiggen it more. Stupid ads. Somehow they're getting past the ad blocker. All right, pick the option that you think is correct between the two Mona Lisas.
Oh, I can't. You can put Soul Assassin's face on top of it.
I was trying to give him cover while we were doing stuff.
All right, wait, which one's the correct one?
Yeah, that's the quiz.
Okay, the one on the left.
I can't. That's still too tiny for me to.
Well, then full screen yours.
Full screen EV Mux.
All right, fine. Full screen.
You won't be able to see chat, but it'll make it.
I can still
bigger.
see chat.
No, I mean the column that we use to highlight and stuff.
What is the difference between these two pictures?
The left one's the correct one.
The left one, the eyes are different, I think.
No,
the corners of the eyes are slightly raised.
The one on the right, then.
The more enigmatic. I'm not going to try to say it.
Enigmatic.
Mischievous look. I think it's the right as well.
All right, y'all can both be wrong. Go ahead.
I can't click it on that. I have to click it on the actual. Nope, we're right.
Told you.
All right. Skechers.
It's
Which
with
logo is and spelling is correct?
Just with the C.
Right? Yeah, the one on the right's the correct one.
Yep. That's what I'm going with. We're doing good.
Yep.
How do you remember this picture?
I don't remember this picture.
I don't either.
I would think
the difference is the logo on the two.
Has the logo on it.
Yeah, I would go left.
Because that's Universal. They're not going to leave their brand off shit.
I can try to make it a little bit bigger, chat. But then the ads invade.
Apparently, Brahm is looking at them Lexuses. He's doing well.
No, not shopping for a car ever. You guys are saying left?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, that is the correct one. So it does have a logo.
Nailed it.
I think he had the curly.
He had the curly beard. So
yeah,
it's left.
Yeah, left.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Oh, that's Nostradamus. No. It's remember the dude that made the thing that the Dial of Destiny was? Galileo?
All right, so the Dial of Destiny wasn't Galileo.
Okay, well that's Galileo.
Da Vinci?
No. Galileo. I don't think
Soul
it's Da Vinci.
Assassin saying it's Da Vinci.
But either way, it's the one on the left.
And the Dial of Destiny I thought was Archimedes, right?
Yeah, it's not Archimedes.
Oh, no. So, look, E-Clay's saying, no, that's Culture Casino.
Yeah, that's true.
I would think the one on the left because the hat has more detail, which makes me think that I should choose right. So
I don't know how it's a Mandela effect when nobody knows what the hell it even is showing. So we're going right?
Are going left? Or...
Yeah, I said left.
I'll go left.
We're
right. Chad's wrong.
I didn't even know who we were voting on.
Neither do I. Which of the following do you think is correct on a Donald Duck stamp? I think the one on the left
is correct.
But these aren't Mandela effects.
No, I don't know what you have.
Because
us
these
doing.
aren't things that people commonly believe.
I don't even know what. Oh, it's because he's got the police.
Yeah, he's got the police
one on
badge
the
and
left.
buttons on his shirt.
Yeah, I would think the one on the left. Then.
Yeah.
Are they August, the ones on the left?
I don't know.
The Mona
Screw
Lisa
this.
was the one on the right.
It's a stupid quiz.
I mean, who picked it?
I don't know. I said it was going to be Mandela effects, and it started out with a couple that might have been Mandela effects. Uh-oh. It doesn't like that I removed it without... There. I don't know. Matt, do you have the rest of your list? Without answers? Okay.
Nope,
Then I guess
I'm
go
calling
back
it.
to sports. Yeah, it's about that time. It's almost a 3-hour mark. So, Mad, what's coming up this week?
Tuesday.
Okay, Tom. It's a great detailed outro. We'll be on Mad's new channel on Tuesday night. Most of us. I don't know if I can yet. I've still got the daughter and granddaughter in town, so we'll see what we're doing. I know. So Mad's new channel, where I don't even remember the name of the show because it used to be MadEPAP, and then it was
History Interrupted.
still like lessons never learned better. But History Interrupted. We'll be on that. Chad will be there. Matt will be there. I might be there. Chad, what do you got going on?
Well, we got History Interrupted on Tuesday. Do we know? Are we going back to Seagal?
No, we're done with him.
We never.
Here's part 1 of 3. We'll never mention it again.
It's like Seagal will always exist in a world where he was believed when Mad is taking care of things. Yeah, so whatever story we have for that. And then Friday, we have the Ascendant Art podcast. Slender and I will be seeing a release of a movie based on a video game called Iron Lung. And that is got a distribution deal with like AMC theaters. So that looks interesting. It's very indie. So we'll have our review of that. I don't know if there's any other stuff coming out that we'll be talking about. We'll see. New Super Mario trailer. They brought out Yoshi. That's their big gun for part 2. So we'll see that going again. It's like we never mention again, like the fake Seymour Skinner from The Simpsons. Matt is playing the long game. Give the chat a taste to want the rest of the Seagal trilogy.
There'll just be a night where Mad doesn't have any time to throw anything together, and he'll be like, all right, Seagal part 2 and 3.
If you want the rest of the story, you'll have to fly to Russia and talk with the man himself.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Yep, so that's what I got going on.
Cool. I'm going to be limited this week. We'll see about Monday and Tuesday, and then I think I will be back definitely for Thursday, Friday. Those are on Comix channel, and then on Chad's channel, Ascendant Art. Saturday is a on week for Bourbon and Boarding, and then we'll be back here for the Bullpen next Sunday. So thanks for hanging out with us again this week. Hope everybody has a great week. I'm going to, I guess, pop you over to Nerdrotic because he's, I think, the only one I see that is going live. So he's reviewing Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 2. So if you haven't seen it, don't want to hear about it, then now would be the time to bow out because we're going that way. All right. Later, everybody.
Bye, everyone.